Before we get going, I think we just intro you. Everyone, this is Dwarf Mamba. That's what he's best known as, but it's Evan. It's my dog. We've run into each other a bunch out here, but never really like. And you've come over the house, but it's usually like we're just talking about. It's usually mayhem over here.
Yeah, literally, the only time we have conversations is like out. And
Like, yeah, what's up, dude?
Then I was like, then I was out drunk one night, and I was just like, yo, like on your podcast, you know, because I want to finally like, have a conversation with you.
Yeah. No, it's overdue. It's overdue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, I obviously know of you, and I know what happened. You know, kind of. I knew just a nutshell of what you did and kind of what you were doing out here. But as you know, you had reached out, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do the podcast, and kind of looked into your story a little bit. It's really fucking interesting, and it actually perfectly fits into what I'm trying to do with this.
Right.
You know, you have a huge fucking following, and you've built it in probably the most organic way you could.
Right.
And in a sense, it's taking what I was so excited about talking with you about, and we'll take a you know, I'll let you kind of walk us through your story of how you got here. But essentially, you took something that's a physical ailment. Most people, and I'm sure you have hard times and hard days with it, but it's one of those things that a lot of people, I don't even know how, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to put myself in that shoe and be like, oh, I could do it, and I could do it. You know, I would be able to stay positive and find a way. You literally came from a town, what, 3,000 people?
3,000 people, yeah.
In Maryland?
Small farm
in Maryland?
town. Yep.
What's the town?
It's called Smithsburg.
Smithsburg,
No
right?
one's ever heard of it, so I always have to say Hagerstown, which is like the city that's next to it.
Right.
So people go, what the hell is
And
Smithsburg?
you're talking to guys who have been in every little shithole town.
Yeah.
And I ain't been there, so.
Like literally 2 traffic stops, if that. If
Wow.
we're lucky.
Yeah. And to make it, bro, you know, to have a following that you've accrued and the life you've made for yourself, taking that physical ailment or that unfortunate thing that, you know, you wish, I'm sure you had, we'll get into it. I want to get into the psyche behind it a little bit, but taking that thing that would be a negative thing or something to, oh, that's my excuse for being depressed. Or that's my excuse. You know, you take it and transmute that into a path, a fast track path to where most people will never make it, especially coming from a place in your town.
Right.
Every motherfucker with a perfect body and regular height, the kids you wish you could have, hey man, I wish I had his height just so I could feel whatever, you know what I mean? Feel normal, feel accepted. They're still there working at the construction, you know, building houses, and you're out here kind of chasing a much bigger dream.
Right. So that's what I like. It's like an old town mentality. It's just like go to school, go to college, get a family, have kids early, start a family early, and just like do that.
Right.
But I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to obviously just go apart from that, and especially me being someone with dwarfism, I wanted to just make something of it and just prove to the world
That's
that
the shit.
you know, you can do literally anything.
That's the shit. Yeah. So let's slow down. Just walk us through kind of what the hell happened, how you got here.
Right.
I mean, I don't even want you to rush past. Take it whatever pace you want.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, you know, I'd really like to know, this is kind of what I use this platform for, is like I found so many of my fans feeling blocked by something, whether it's emotional, physical, you know, whatever it may be, mental, these blocks that they feel like, you know, I feel hindered. I'm not sure where to go. I feel lost. And, you know, people at every level feel that, you know, but somebody like you, I'd love to know, you know, as you grow up and you start to grow up in society and you realize, hey, I'm different, you know, like, and I'm sure that happened fairly quickly at a young age, which most kids, you know, if you have autism or you have some other thing, it might take a little longer for it to make sense, but you're so physically different in the sense where like you start looking around, once you get to a certain age, you realize, hey, I'm different than everybody else.
Yeah, that's funny they say that, because it's like I'm actually like going through that right now. Like, because like growing up in such a small town of like literally a class size of 20 kids, if that was just so accepting to me that I never felt left out.
That's dope.
Like, I was so fortunate enough to go to a school where I was literally the most popular kid, the most loved kid. Like, people just loved me. No one thought of me different. They just like when they were sport games, they included me. They
really fortunate.
Right. And if they were playing just a little bit different, like let's say if they basketball or football, and they would guard me just like kind of taking it easy on me, I'd be like, no, fuck that. Like, guard me how you would guard anyone else.
Right.
And I think that kind of helped me, just making the stronger person, the person who I am.
Totally.
And then, I like still being a kid, you still get other ignorant kids like yell shit at you. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say I was bullied, but every time I'd go to different schools, different sporting events, just anywhere else, I would have kids.
You would feel that.
Laugh, point, and that's when I would feel different. Like I would completely forget that I was some kid born with this disability. I don't want to say disability because it's like I'm not disabled from anything. Like I'm capable of doing anything.
So that's the outlook.
Yeah.
That's the outlook.
Yeah, and so, just going to school, was fortunate enough.
Right, and you're from, what's your family has just always been a small town family?
It's always been a small town family.
Are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there, and I'm the only one in my family who has dwarfism.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a, I don't know if you know, it's like a 1 in 50 or 40,000 chance for 2 average height parents to have a kid with dwarfism. Wow. So I was really rare.
Wow.
in that. And my mom was freaking out. She didn't know how she was going to raise someone like me.
Right.
She was scary. The doctor was telling her I was going to be a monster, just formed. And like, turned out like this.
Turned out pretty
perfect, looking, good looking. And then,
pretty damn good looking.
Right. Very lucky. And
let them know, baby.
Let them know. You gotta be.
Let them know.
Gotta be confident. You
know?
Fuck yeah. You gotta be strong.
Hell yeah.
And then so when middle school started, that's when she was like really scared, because in a small town, it's like just as in the elementary school, just the small town goes to elementary school. You don't have like districts of other schools that go to high school or middle school. So when middle school was coming, then you have like 3 different other elementary schools coming to this middle school. So the first day of middle school, she was scared. Yeah, she was scared out of my. Even I was scared, honestly. Right. I mean, I have 3 new schools coming to a kid who do
you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one older brother who's 5 years older. Okay. But so he was never. As soon as I went to high school, he graduated. As soon as I went to middle school, he was just out. So I never had that like.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a factor.
Bodyguard, you know,
right.
in
on
school.
your own.
So I literally was on my own. I had my best friends. Like that's literally it. And then so first day of middle school, we went to auditorium, or like the gymnasium, and it was like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Made the all the grades laugh, all of them. Like I was just. For some reason, I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna be funny, show people that I'm a happy kid. I like upgoing. Made the whole.
What'd you do? You just
laugh.
went up and.
I don't know. Like, I don't tell jokes, but I'm like situational funny.
Yeah.
Like, I just
That's
like.
the best way.
Right? Like, because you never know when it's coming. People are just like, oh,
it's
shit.
organic. It's like not trying.
Exactly.
Right.
So I was just doing shit, and I'm really good at that. So I was just like doing that shit, and then people were just loving me, and like, yo, this kid's awesome.
Clearly, that's a gift.
Yeah, and I just very happy, outgoing guy, and people love to see that. You know, you won't be that quiet, shy kid. So that helped me out, and
so through middle school, I mean, you know, what age is that? You're 13 when you're 8th grade.
Yeah.
So
up 13, 7th, like was it 12,
13,
14? Yeah,
around that 14. Age.
Yeah.
Are you having bouts of feeling, or are you having bouts of realizing like I feel different? Kids make fun of me. Fuck this shit. Are you, or has that not? Is that just on the back burner?
So
you know what I mean?
it's still on the back burner. Like it's still mentally at this age, it's still on the back burner. Because even if I had altercation or a problem with somebody, I had my boys to back me up at any given moment. Like they were there ready to
Can't
fight.
put a price tag on that.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? I have people behind me. I feel strong. I don't need anything. If you have a problem with me, you're gonna. Handle with me and my boys, you know? So it's like I'm never scared. I was always felt protected. And again, like I just never felt different. Like obviously when they would say shit to me, it would hurt. Right. But my boys would be like, yo, fuck that.
It's also an interesting thing, because I think about it when I was a kid. I had my issues. I got kicked out of middle school. I was a fighter. I grew up in New England. It was very like rough. It was like a roughneck part of the town. Like it was just kids fought, were punks, you know what I mean? And I just engaged in it. But it's interesting to think back, because you said like, oh, I'm dealing with it now. I'm realizing like I'm going through that now at this age. And it's interesting. There's something to be said about when you're a kid, you know, like there's the almost like the brain and your environment, like you're lucky to have great friends and it sounds like you had a good family that supported you, but like the environment of realizing like you don't necessarily, like it's almost like you lean towards the bright side as a kid. It's there's, you know, less stress. Like you're not so worried about the world and the scope and how you fit in and what your life means. And you know what I mean?
You're just in that one small bubble that you're only living. Like this is how you're like, oh, this is how it's gonna be. You know what? If someone saw shit, I'm gonna have people behind me.
Your
like,
scope's
you're
a
not
lot
worrying about the real shit.
Exactly. You haven't gone out and seen. You're in this small town. You haven't gone out and seen how big the world is, and it can be overwhelming. You know, and especially when you start to realize, hey, like, oh, I'm different.
Exactly.
You know, and you have these times where you go through that. It's just interesting to point out because I remember, you know, it's like I don't even know what age it is. It's just I think it's more about experience when you get out and you experience more things, more places, more people. It impacts you. It impacts the brain. It impacts the way you think. And you know, like, and it's interesting. That's why I asked about like, at what age do you feel like you started to kind of realize it or recognize it more? You felt it impacting you more.
Yeah. So then like middle school, obviously nothing. Then high school came, and I loved it. It was literally I loved high school.
How many people in your high school?
Probably 700-800. Like my graduating class was 190. And it was the biggest it's ever been in a decade.
Wow.
So the average class size would be 130 to 150.
I was expecting it to be smaller. So that's not terrible.
Really?
I mean, I went to a private school in Rhode Island. I mean, I'm from Rhode Island. Smallest state.
Yeah, it is the smallest
state.
You know what I mean?
Technically, that state has dwarfism. It's literally like it should just be a piece of it should just be a piece of Massachusetts, but we're our own state. You can literally drive right through top to bottom in like 50 minutes.
That's crazy.
You know, so it's odd because like also, you know, going back to what I said about being a kid and your scope, like I didn't even realize that. Like you don't realize how big the world is when you're coming up and just like, if to me it felt normal. I mean, to be fair, I'm not in like a rural part of town. We had way more people than you did, even though it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But it just never felt that way, you know? Anyways, keep going. So you're in high school?
Yeah, and you know, it was great. I love it. The kids are more mature. Yeah. So you don't have to deal with that many of ignorant assholes. Yeah, that was the best years of my life. And then
really,
not the best years of my life. So far, like
that's
so far the best years of my life.
That's interesting though, because you think about what's happened since then.
Yeah. Oh no, not like now.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like up to my high school.
I get it. I follow what you're saying.
Back is my best year so far.
So high school at that point was your peak. You felt
exactly.
Amazing.
It felt great. You know, I felt like I was with mature crowd. Everyone knew. Everyone would get it. I could joke. They could joke. And then and then there would still be those ignorant kids at other schools that would say shit, and then it would kind of bother me a little bit more.
Yeah,
with the kids at schools, because you're like, wait a minute, I'm in high school. Like this shit shouldn't be happening right now. Like this, I thought we were over it. And then serious shit would start. And then about, I want to say, 10th grade, I got into making videos for YouTube. I never made it on my actual YouTube, but I made them with my other friends. And and then I got into that. And
you just started realizing you loved it right away?
Yeah, and then I was making funny videos, like started comedy, obviously, because I love comedy my whole life.
Right.
Yeah, and people loved it instantly. Like throughout my school, people were like, yo, you're pretty funny, like you should be making more videos, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like I did a music video with, I don't know if I should say it. I don't know if I can say it.
You don't need
I'm going to say it just in case. I'm going to ask him if I can say it, then we could cut it out. But so my friend Arizona, we did a music video for the song Drake called No New Friends, and we did a parody called No Nudes Yet. No Nudes Yet. Yeah, and then so we did a rap parody of that music video, shot it at my community college. And at the time, it got like 300,000 views on YouTube, and we're like freaking out. Because like 300,000 at the time, that was like 2014, 2013. You're going insane. And like the whole high school saw it. All the teachers saw it.
Now, was it on his channel? Or
yeah, it was on his channel. So I still didn't start channel yet. All the teachers saw it, and I said some like profanity shit in it, and they were like,
were you spitting bars on it?
Yeah, I spit bars on it. You can't find it yet. You can't find it anymore because it's taken down.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Anyways,
well, he's gone on to have a real career, so
you can't have that anymore. So Yeah, so all the teachers loved it. Everybody, even the teachers loved it.
Yeah.
When the teachers told me like they thought it was funny, I was like, all right.
It's a good sign.
So then Vine came out, and this was end of my 10th grade.
This is
year.
where you started to pop off.
Yeah,
on
this is
Vine,
my end of my 10th grade year, and people were like downloading it, like, yo, you should check this out. It's just a quick 6-second app. I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. You know, I looked at it. I was playing around with it at first, never really got serious.
Right.
And then towards more the end of my 10th year,
10th grade
year, yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, 10th grade year. I did like 2 Vine videos, and they weren't that funny, but people loved them at my school. I mean, loved them. Like, I had people the next day come up to me like, yo, your Vines are hilarious. And it only had like 40 views, 50 views. Like, the whole high school, like, yo, you're hilarious. Like, you gotta make more. And then I was like, oh, shit.
Sounds like you had a really supportive community.
They were really supportive, like, through anything.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah.
And you can't take that for granted. It doesn't seem like you do.
No, not at all. Like,
very lucky.
I'm very fortunate. I love where I came from. You know, I'm no offense. Like, I'm happy to be out of it, obviously, because I want to move on to my next life. But I'm very fortunate.
It's an interesting balance there, though.
Yeah.
You know, because there's really an interesting balance. LA is a tricky place. You know, very tricky, and you're in the fucking thick of it.
Oh,
you know, living at Logan, DePaul, you live with those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys, you know, those guys are huge entities, right? Everything's content.
Yeah.
Everyone's up their ass about everything.
Yeah.
You're right there around it. I can only imagine, you know, like, I prefer, as much as I'm wild and have people over, like, I really cherish, that's why I live in a neighborhood like this. I mean, we terrorize this neighborhood, but you know, I really cherish that vibe of, like, what, you know, coming from a community like that, that type of neighborhood feeling.
Exactly.
Which, you know, it's hard to balance when you're chasing. Well, it's not even chasing. It's aspirations, you know. And as I've gotten older, I realize, like, there's such a challenge to balance wanting more and appreciating what you have, right? And coming from a place like that with such a supportive community, like, I come from such a supportive family. Like, I wake up some days, even this week, just like miss it.
Right.
Just miss it.
It's like
you know,
don't
like,
even care that it's like people care about, like, money stress. You're not making money. You're not doing as much work. But it's just like you're missing that little thing that you don't really have anymore. It's like that support they used to have. Like,
and that overall feeling of community. I saw this really interesting thing. Someone was on Joe Rogan recently. I saw it like a few days ago. They were talking about loneliness, the epidemic of loneliness or unhappiness in America. And there's some kind of poll. This guy was a specialist on this, and the Amish are percentage-wise the happiest people, the happiest community in America. What does that say, right? So Amish, there's a lot of funky shit going on with them, right? But their main thing is there's no technology. Everyone's helping each other build each other's houses, sharing tools. There's a huge sense of community. If you go back to what the human like evolution, we're tribesmen. Like, we band together. Once you feel you have a family, a sense of family, it's kind of what connects you to, like, to life, and once you feel like you're part of something bigger than you, the connectivity to the other person, your next door neighbor, it's like kind of the glue that keeps you together and keeps and allows you to be happy with the simple things.
That's what I kind of miss about with, like, the small town mentality in the big cities, because like, small town is like they all want to just work together and, like, succeed together. In the big town, it's always like, I don't do my thing.
Like, like, everyone calls home, like, in these Western civil, like, we call home inside our four walls, but, like, it's not supposed to be. Home is that whole community that supports you, and, like, and like, granted, it's hard as time evolves, but, like, that's what we try to do. Like, I have all my homies from back home here or with me, or that's what we try to keep everything together, because that way I don't lose that connection to that.
Not only the connection, or lose yourself, honestly, because it's just like you could, like, not really fuck with your people from back home, and then you lose your mentality in this LA mindset, and you grow this big ego.
Very hard.
And you then you forget where you came from.
It takes constant self-evaluation.
Exactly.
It really does. I didn't mean to cut you off. Let's keep
You
going.
go,
Spark of woods up. So
let's do it.
So you're going. you're starting off on Vine. You're starting to realize that people think you're funny.
Yeah.
I can draw an alignment to this because I remember when I first started, and we have, the first song I put out just kind of popped off, but not really. Felt like us. We're like, oh, fucking popping off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, got like 100,000 views in like a month, and I had nothing at the time, like no Twitter, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
How's this
still
happening?
good, yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing because I remember that, like, even just like my peers were like, yo, this is pretty dope. And it gives you that sense of confidence. Like,
Exactly.
even though it's small.
Even like people you don't really talk to, do you have coming up to you and telling you like, yo, your shit's dope.
Yeah, it's an interesting feeling when it first starts.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting feeling because you kind of feel like the universe is like pushing you down this path. It's like, yo, keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's like I'm doing Vines and people around me are telling me they fuck with it. And then, so I start doing a couple more. And then I wake up one day with like 1,500 followers. And like, I'm like literally freaking the fuck out.
Shit.
Like freaking the fuck out with 1,500 followers. And me and my boys, they helped me out, make more videos.
So what kind of videos were they?
They were like just obviously comedic videos, but they were like based off of my I don't know how to say it now.
Being short?
Yeah, being just a dwarf, being a little person. Yeah, exactly. Like bringing something.
So you're like kind of poking fun at it.
Yeah, bringing a light into a situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, and instead of like just being negative and down on it.
Right.
And then people love that because there was no one really doing that.
There's just something. Let me tell you something, brother. There's something really endearing about it because. When you're not born like that, or you're not born with anything noticeably physically different, right?
Right.
And you see someone, because you have bad days, and you're like, you see someone handling that situation and just being so lighthearted, and basically, there's something so easy to connect to.
Makes your day better.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying to.
It uplifts other people.
Trying to do. Is
right.
Like instead of like being sad over the small shit, like take time and be like just grateful for what you have.
It's interesting. You're how old are you?
22.
And you still don't really know how to reference it in conversation.
No, because it's like I thought I was saying it right this whole time, but then I was just like, wait, that's the society's eyes telling me that I'm disabled. I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm not fucking disabled.
I'm bringing it up because I love it. Because like I could see you don't even want to hint to it as if it's a negative thing. Which is dope.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what shines through your whole story.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. There's I don't want to get into it yet. I want to get more into it.
Okay.
Because the videos that I'm creating now, like that I have been, like, they portray my dwarfism and they take a negative situation to a good situation, but it's like, am I sending that message correctly? Like, am I doing it? Because I thought I was doing it in the right way. I thought I was bringing my message out in the right way, but is it?
Do you feel like it's poking fun at others?
Or is it opening the gate to people who don't understand people with dwarfism? Is it opening the gate to make fun of us for no apparent reason?
I think that you even thinking like that is will answer that question for you because one, you are that market. You know what I mean? You are that demographic. So do you have other people, like other people, dwarfs, basically saying, hey man, this is fucked up? Do you have people saying that?
I have very, 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 very few. Very few. And
don't hit that rapper weed, Steve. Hit that rapper would be floating right out of here.
Yeah. So
do you guys get high over at the Paul house?
Just me.
Just you?
Yeah. Usually just
None
me.
of those guys, huh? Wow.
No.
Yeah. Hit that loud, baby.
No kidding.
I have people come over here all the time, like a lot of athlete homies. I probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But just people who aren't here all the time, and they come try to smoke this weed that I'm smoking. They're just like, "What the fuck?" The podcast. I can't say this. He's like a professional guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll leave his name out of it. But he's like, "What is there crack in that weed?" Guy could barely walk out. Versace had to drive him home.
Some people that like literally can't handle it.
Like granted, he's like he's in the athletic profession.
So he doesn't.
I'm fucking making it so obvious who it is.
That's
Fuck. Yeah. Anyways.
But no, I
Do you remember what we were talking about?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, and making these videos.
Yeah. No.
And,
So you were saying like there's some others that are like, hey man, you're subjecting us.
Yeah,
to,
because
like,
I come onto these podcasts and I complain about people out in public like treating me like with disrespect.
Right.
And I complain about that, but yet I go and make videos of doing that joke. So it's like, am I letting them being like, yo, it's okay to make that joke? But then again, it's just like, there's a fine line between laughing with me and laughing at me.
Yeah.
Same with like black people. Like when they make a black joke, it's just like it's okay for them to make a black joke. It's like that's fun.
Yeah, because you're part of the demo.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like you can't be white and make a black joke. That's fun.
If I was making dwarf jokes, then I'd be a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
making dwarf jokes, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So
if you're taking, if you want my input just from hearing it, I think it's complete horseshit. I think those people, those other,
they're ignorant.
Those other, little people that are seeing you and saying, hey, you're like, they're obviously, dealing with probably bullies or people saying shit and it hurts them. But like, if they can't see what you're trying to do,
then again, maybe they're right though. That's the thing. Maybe they are right, and it's just like
you're not making fun of it though. Like you're like, I don't know. I watched a bunch before you came over. I found them funny, and I don't think you're hurting. There's no way there's any malintent. Right. It doesn't feel like it or look like it.
Right. It doesn't feel like it, but it's like, no offense, I'm not trying to come at you, but you're a person of average height, and you don't get what we live through at the end of the day. So maybe someone who does have my same type of problem, it's like maybe it does hurt them in a different way,
right?
But maybe I'm bringing it up the wrong way, like kind of like
So you think you not making jokes involving your height difference.
Right. Like
how is that? Like, how is that bringing any negative? I don't. I mean, I get it.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm like confused right now. That about them, just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out like to explain to them why I do it, because I deflect negativity with comedy, or I deflect pain with comedy. Like I don't look at a situation and be sad about it. Like obviously I'm gonna be pissed if I'm out in public with my friends and I want to have a good time, and some asshole is calling me Peter Dinklage or Tyrion. Like no, like
I think it's awesome that you're contemplating this so much. It is, but bro, you're entertaining millions and millions of people. Millions and millions of people are seeing this, right? You're not every single person is gonna agree or understand your art. You just said your truth. You know your truth. I could tell it's your truth. You're sitting here and you're passionate about it. Yeah. You take that pain and you transmute it into comedy. And guess what? It's fucking bettering your whole life. Right. You're monetizing it. You've become a public figure. And there's probably at the end of it, you're gonna be someone who can represent that entire community in a positive way. And you know that. You know that. You have great intentions about it. So what I'm saying is like, don't let a small little piece of the community that you're part of that community. You endure all the same things they do. You've got those same feelings. Granted, people handle things differently. They might not be mentally as strong as you. And it's good that you have compassion for them. But at the same time, it's your art, and your intentions are great.
Yeah, because I asked my friends close to me, people with dwarfism, I asked my close friends, I'm like, yo, I need to be real with me right now. Right. Like, friend to friend, like, what is what I'm doing wrong? Is what I'm doing wrong? And every time they go, no, we love it. Like,
there you go.
We don't think it's wrong. It's like,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just want to be, and I'm trying to bring.
But you don't want to hurt anyone. You know what I mean? That's noble, and that.
Yeah,
but dude,
I'm trying to just do what I do right without hurting anyone, which I guess that's hard to do because you're literally just gonna.
Do you get now? Don't you get a overwhelming majority of people saying, "Hey, thank you for what you do"?
Yeah, I get more praise.
It's interesting as humans, though. We could have 98% of the day go perfect.
Right.
And that 2% that sucks
fucking bothers you, bro.
No, it bothers you. Sometimes it could drive you down a hole of depression.
Yeah.
That one person said this. It's just it's a human default, though. If you take a step back, what I'm saying is like 99% of your feedback is positive. The feedback that you want the most and you value the most is 100% positive. All your friends, the people you really value their opinion, it's all positive. can't let that 1%. I'm not even trying to. You go through your due process, but I'm trying to clear. I just feel like I've seen what you're doing, and it's like it's awesome. It's not. There's nothing negative about it.
Right.
There's gonna be some people out there when you're in front of millions, multi-millions of people. I'm in front of less people than you are, and I get shit. No, I try to be very positive. I've really changed a lot of my outlook, and I try to share it. But I still have my crazy. Oh, I was fucking this girl last night, and I was doing this, and drinking 50 drinks and all this other shit. And there's people that DM me and be like, "Hey man, you seem morally confused, blah blah blah, all this," and I'm like, bro, I don't give them one fucking second of thought.
Right.
I actually send them good energy. I'm like, hey, I hope, you know what I mean? Because like, if for them to even send that message, there's something inside of them that's really either hurt or confused, and they're trying to have a conversation about it. This is their way of doing it.
That's what I'm like going through right now, because like 22 is such. I feel like it's such a. Oh, here you go. I've been holding on to that. 22 is such like a awkward age of your life.
They're so young, man.
Finding out like just going through a lot, like mentally, and
Totally.
like that's what I think I'm kind of scared of. This like entertainment industry is. You'll have that like you said, 98% positive, but that 2% who says shit for some reason just gets to you. But you have to learn how to conquer that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like.
And
going through
that's
right now.
that's really what separates the real winner, like the guys who really win, because it's hard.
It really
Everyone
is.
tries to do it, and think about how hard it is. Like to even get into LA and to have a platform and to be monetized and be rich, you know what I mean? And like, fucking just being yourself and entertaining.
People just think that's easy. Like,
it's
like people are like, oh, you do like literally nothing. You can just like do whatever you want, make a video online. And it's and like that's that. It's like no, you don't realize like, like you have to have a strong like this mentality. Like
you gotta be incredibly mentally strong.
Yes, and people don't realize like just how much of an impact it has on you, because you gotta wake up every day. You gotta please millions of people every day.
You feel heavy.
They think that you can just wake up and make a video, but it's like no. In your mind, you're trying to entertain people while trying to bring.
You can smoke that if you want. Keep smoking.
And then just trying to bring.
I'm baked.
Not only entertain people, but you're trying to bring a message at the same time. And it's just like trying to do both of those things. Why you have people in one ear saying what you're doing is right, while even though it's a small crowd, you still have people on the other ear saying like, no, you're not sending the message right.
Right.
Like it's right. But I want to go back because I have a story for you. I want to go back making 10th grade, 11th grade making vines. So I was like, you don't know this, but I was like kind of popping. I don't know if you probably don't even remember, but because that's funny you said you brought up Vine, and I had this one Vine. I probably had like 500,000 followers, maybe less. Like I was still I was still just coming up, and like you were big on the East Coast at the time. I believe your 2014 is when your Relief album came out.
Yeah. Yep. Beginning of 2014.
Yeah. So and it was around that time, and then my friend in Arizona, he goes, "Yo, like Mike Stud just revined one of your vines." I go, "No, you didn't. No way."
No way.
Yeah, and he goes, "Yeah, check it out." And he sent me.
I love that.
I don't know if I might still have the screenshot. I'm not gonna lie.
Pull that
I'm
shit
gonna
up.
check this. I might still have the screenshot. And it's just like this crazy
I don't even know how it was either.
I'm like freaking out that you revined one of my vines, and now I'm here today, like on one of your
crazy.
On your podcast.
It's weird how life works.
It really, honestly is. It's so crazy. Yeah, this is old though. Let's see if I can find it.
And the kid in Arizona that he keeps referencing is a very successful new artist coming up.
Blowing up. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's crazy. The kid, he was like a real serious supporter of mine for a while.
Yeah.
I recognize his name right away. I don't recognize him when I see him though. He looks so different.
He grew up. He got a neck tattoo.
Totally different. I was like, I don't know if that's him. I remember him being shorter too. He's like kind of tall, isn't he?
Tall. He's like, he's lean now. He's built.
Yeah, he's on his artist vibe. Yeah, I love to see it. The kid was like he would come be front row at all of our shows. And remember shows in Baltimore? They were like 200 people.
Yeah.
In like 2014. It's funny you say you were big on the East Coast. Like we're way bigger numbers wise, but East Coast was the only place. Like East Coast was I was nothing in the West Coast. East Coast was like little small like towns and shit.
Yeah,
I would pop off.
Yeah, like
and,
the line of like New Jersey down to Maryland.
Yes,
like, you
exactly.
had that coastal,
that little area, my hometown, Boston.
Yeah.
But it was just a little area. But it got popping in all like the small towns.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because I believe he opened up for Huey too at one point.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he did it at some point.
Oh.
He might have opened up for me one time. I think I did.
I think he did actually.
I think I had him on, and I spoke to him.
Yo, I do. I still have it. I still have it. So it goes Hershey syrup for dwarves and refined by Mike Stud.
That's insane. Wow. What was happening? Like, what'd you do in it?
So it's like I had this thing for Vines. It was like from small to big, where my friends would have something like this. And they would pass it to me, and it'd be like something massive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had a Hershey chocolate syrup thing. My friend, he had a normal one, and then he slid it, and we had that big ass chocolate syrup one.
That's funny.
So yeah, then you rewind it.
I see. I got it done.
Yeah,
I got it done.
And I thought that was cool.
Just out of left field.
Yeah.
I'm firing this a rewind. That's funny, man. Crazy. So now, walk us through. It's pretty wild what happens next. I mean, you go to college, right?
Yeah. So at the high school, actually, I didn't even want to go to college.
When are you so when you're a senior in high school, are you like popping on Vine?
Oh yeah.
How tight is that?
It was crazy. Like,
you're like the man.
Yeah, I had like 2 million. At that point, crazy. I have 2 million, and then like
2 million for the high school.
Yeah, and I still don't have a YouTube, and I was building my.
So it's just Vine.
It was just Vine, and then I was building my Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah,
I was never really into YouTube.
It's fucking draining how many goddamn platforms you have to upkeep.
Oh my god!
And like we're just like a bunch of dudes like getting high and drinking, making songs. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't posted in like 6 days. I don't give a fuck.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's like you got to keep up. It's like
it's crazy.
Like a business.
It is. It is. And
you
like
have to keep up with it constantly.
But I'm also at that moral dilemma of like I don't want to be on my phone this much.
I know, like you just.
I really am on like a wave where I like.
It feels sickening.
It feels kind of like it just feels wrong to be like. It's just not right, you know, like being on it so much, and it's like I have to be.
It's ironic.
It's like everything I want and everything I'm headed for, and what we've been cultivating lives, and I owe it all to the social media platforms. So I can't be, you know, it's like it's very biased. It's like asshole of me to like throw shade at something that I've built my whole life around and on. Right. But at the same time, you get what I mean. I'm just kind of like.
It's also a good way, but to share your music.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I probably don't use it as much as I should, but I just, there's a part of me that just makes me, I have to remember like I got to be myself.
Right.
And like over promoting things is not me. I feel, I don't know, it's just, I don't see it. I get the benefit, but I'm okay saying, hey, I'm going to bet on myself, on my real art and the real thing. Like, I don't need to build this so mathematically when I feel like I'm onto something bigger.
How old are you?
I'm 30. Oh, I just turned 31. I just turned 31 in Dallas.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, just this past.
Happy belated.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
yeah. But bro, I was going to say about your age, you're so, bro, you're more mature. You're like, oh, I feel 22 is a weird age. Yeah. Like, bro, when I was 22, I was like I was just like a fucking big overgrown kid. Like I was a big overgrown like 15-year-old. Like right now, my 30th year was the year where I like, definitely. Well, so I just went through shit, and I felt like I grew so much in so many ways, especially like just mentally. I think not that I was like mentally weak. It was just like I was looking at things in a very narrow way.
Yeah, just you weren't.
I was in my own bubble. I had an ego, like
you weren't open minded. You were a very closed-minded headspace.
I was always like the best, or I was, you know, where I was from, the best athlete, and then I just. Wherever I got, even at Duke, I was the best. And then all of a sudden, 1 second, it was gone.
Right.
My arm just popped, you know? And then all of a sudden, music happens right away, like beginner's luck. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm popping, I'm touring, like doing shit we never thought we were going to do. And it all just kind of happened. And I got to a point where, like, this past year was a year where I really had to, like, first time I, like, reflected on it. It's just like, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out, like, what do I really care about? What's my real aim, purpose. I'm just kind of rocking and rolling for the last.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just doing that now,
bro.
I've been making. I'm going through that like right now.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I was just gonna say, bro, you were in high school dealing with a level of pressure on coming from this fucking thing in your hand.
Yeah,
you had all this pressure to live. You know what I mean? It's really kind of incredible how well you've handled it, because it's, I mean, bro, that's young. Super young to be popping.
Yeah,
it is.
And honestly, I don't even like think about it like that, because like I just, like you said, I got into such a young age that it's like it got numb to me so
you were 17?
quick. When I like first started blowing up, I was like 16.
That's nuts.
And it wasn't just like a overtime thing. It was like quick, like 2 years, 2 million followers.
Yeah,
like quick.
So I can't relate.
To 18.
I can't relate. My shit's been the most
Yeah.
steady. Like I started at 22. You know, 21, late 21, just about 22.
Right.
Crazy. And I've been in indie the whole so it's been making music for fucking 8 years. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's an insane, and I feel like just such an interesting thing when I talk to someone, because I feel like, bro, you have, like, there's gonna be so many pivots and things that you don't even know are gonna happen in your life. They're just gonna happen because it's life. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm starting to realize too. That like things just happen because that's life.
Right, and it will take you. If you handle the situation, like, you're handling things great, but just stay positive, because you have great intentions.
Right.
You're gonna go with these pivots, but it's gonna take you to amazing things when especially when you're living with a purpose and being a good person. You know,
Right.
which I feel like that's what you're doing. I watched one of your podcasts. I think it was on Logan's podcast. And you guys had an incredible conversation. I know it was hard for you.
Yeah.
But you could see
2 hours.
like through it, the type of person you were shine through that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As hard as it was.
Yeah, I never got that like deep in public before.
Yeah, I know.
On camera before.
I know, I could tell.
Like, it was definitely one of the hardest things I had to do, but that, honestly, that day changed my life.
That's amazing. That's what
like,
I was
that's
going to
honestly
ask
crazy.
you.
Like, that day, like, because I was literally isolating myself through all my friends, everything. Like, I didn't make videos. I just went through it into a dark, dead space, because it's like...
How long?
I'll say about 6 months. Like, it was just like partying every weekend, smoking every day, like literally waking up doing nothing, and just sitting playing video games. And because, like you said, it's just like I came into it so young and so quick that it's like it all came to me like, whoa. And then I was going through things in my life that I had to figure out for myself while trying to bring and come in and entertain all these people while I'm trying to find myself. So it was just I just had to be like, stop. And I was just like, and I closed in, and I never really opened up to people. Like, you have to be like really, really, really close to me,
right,
in order for me to really open up. But for some reason,
why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it comes through like a childhood, just growing up, never really expressing my emotions. You know, the dad being like, "Don't cry, only like babies cry."
Right.
Like that kind of growing up. Like,
so you
like
felt
that.
like you felt like you couldn't really express.
Yeah, or I'm like a pussy. I'm a bitch if I say what I want to say, and it's just like, yo, why you whining? Why you being?
Is that how your boys would make you feel at that point, or was it more your family?
No, that's just what I thought.
Right.
That's what was in my head. Like they weren't saying that. They wanted me to come out and just talk to them. They wanted me like, yo, I'm here for you. But for me, mentally, I'm just like, I got no one to talk to. But in reality, I really do. So like then, I wasn't planning on coming to that podcast and just unloading on so much shit, because I had a lot of shit built up before that.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
A lot of shit built up, and it just exploded on that podcast, and I don't think they were realizing what to expect.
Right.
Because it kind of had to be like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and after we were done, we were like, damn, it was that long. And then during midway, I even like had to stop. I was like, yo, it's getting too deep. Let's continue after this. And like after the podcast ended, we still talked for like another hour 30 of just me unleashing.
That's great though.
And like after that, I felt like I ruined the relationship between everybody in the house.
Really?
Like I thought I was just like, I just came out how I felt. I just felt my emotions. Now I just ruined everything. Like I thought I ruined the connection with Logan. I thought they ruined connection with Mike. I thought I ruined connection with everyone in the house just because I said how I felt. But in actuality, it brought us closer because that's what happens when you speak about your feelings. It brings you closer. It doesn't separate people.
Right.
Sometimes it does because like.
But if you can't
people with a
communicate,
different mindset and you can't communicate, you can't on the
then
same
that means
head.
you're not supposed to be.
Then it's literally
Right.
not supposed to be. And I came in that situation. I just came back that situation through someone else. It's just like I knew what had to be done because like no matter if you have fun with that person, but if at the end of the day if you don't have that, you can't come together. The connection,
Totally.
Then you got to
Right.
part or
It's
come
best
with
you part
emotions.
ways
They
anyway.
can't see where you're coming from. Then
Right. Exactly.
you know with that they saw where I'm coming from. I saw where he coming from. He saw where I coming from, and we came to agreement. And then we build a stronger relationship.
It's dope.
Yeah, and that's how just coming out here, like that's why I want to go back to like living in high school and then going to college for 2 years. Like in high school, I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to move straight out to LA because I already knew Logan at the time, and I wanted to live with him. But my parents, small hometown, they're like, no, go to college, get your degree, then you can do it. Like because so you can school as a backup. So I partied.
No offense to your parents. That's just the wrong advice.
It really is.
It is. My parents,
really is.
like, it's just the wrong advice. And it's not, it's only because I love Gary Vee. I listen to a lot of his shit. He talks about this, like, what parents need to understand is, like, it's not 1% about what you want for them.
Yeah.
It's not 1%.
Nothing.
You have, like, yes, you're supposed to guide them, you know, but what I'm saying is like there's also a whole other factor.
You're supposed to guide them through life, but you're supposed to support them through what makes them happy.
Right. And there's a whole
like
other
the
factor
happiness
of
is the key.
generational gaps where like, hey, when you were this age, yes, it was the right move to go to college if you had that ability.
Right.
If you could.
But there's so many opportunities
at this time,
now.
when you're hot, you gotta fucking go.
You gotta go.
And 2 months from now, you cannot be hot if you don't press go.
And that's the thing that they didn't really understood at the time either, is they didn't really understand social media. They didn't understand Vine. You had opportunities.
Of course they didn't.
Or Instagram, you had opportunities. Facebook,
Of course
you
they
had
didn't.
opportunities.
And
They
their
had no
parents
idea.
didn't. And they're like,
Their parents didn't know. Like, yeah, exactly.
the internet was like, what the fuck is the internet?
This is a new,
you know what I mean?
completely new.
What is a
thing.
cell phone? Like, yeah.
Completely new thing. And so when
Exactly.
Salisbury, small Division III school in Maryland, for 2 years. Don't regret it. I mean,
Were you
I
running
do, but
it
I
up?
don't.
Were you just partying and shit?
Oh my god, it was the craziest time.
Yo,
of
to be
my life,
popping
for
in
sure.
college would be crazy.
College is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't
He's
care
like,
what
I'll go
anyone
back to
says.
college.
It's fun. Like, oh my god, even like Division III school, like everyone knew everybody.
Yeah,
but
college
it's
has
still
just a
lit.
magical. It's just a
It's
magical.
a whole nother.
There's a magical
fucking
little
world.
fairy dust in the air in college.
Like,
You know what I mean?
it's
like
wild.
that wild age where you're just like, the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and you so went there for 2 years. I joined a fraternity, lived in the frat life, and then after my second year, after my first semester, I sat down with my parents. I was like, "Yo, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm not truly happy. Like, yeah, I'm having fun, but I don't want to waste y'all's money and my money on something that I'm not gonna be truly happy about."
And were you growing during this time in the sense of like your notoriety? Were you dropping videos the whole time? And
No, actually, like I wasn't doing
Really?
as much as I could because I mean,
Yeah,
college,
obviously,
like
yeah.
you gotta
right. That's a big
make videos.
That's a big factor.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make videos while studying, and it's like then you don't really have the type of people who have your creative mindset, nor
Right. It's not the environment.
yeah,
it's not the same environment.
it's not the same environment at all. But I would go out to LA and visit Logan and still make videos, and like it would be like every couple months though, or like every 6 months. It wouldn't be.
And
like,
then his shit was popping off.
yeah, and while he's blowing up, I'm like, and I'm stuck in college, like motherfucker. But anyways, it was still fun. Don't get me wrong, and I still grew a little bit. You know, going to college, that was good.
Right.
Like so, after I sat down with my parents, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm going out to LA. Dad obviously was upset, but Mom was for it, and at the end of the day, he has to be for it because it's my happiness. Again, at the end of the day, and
Well,
then,
at least they did that. You know what I mean? Which
right. And then my last semester in college, oof, It's like I knew it was my last semester, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gotta go out with a fucking bang.
Full send.
Dude. And I mean,
Shout out to Note Boys.
It was like almost every night.
Yeah.
Like I was on
Of course it
like
was.
7-8 day benders.
Hey, you're a guy.
Just going,
you know what I mean?
Just going off.
I've been doing the same fucking thing.
Right. And then like, so it was so bad. Like, this is probably not obviously a lot to you, but this is a lot to me. So one night, I was in my dorm room. I was just bored as shit. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna get 12 pack to myself. And my buddy, dorm mate, he got a 12 pack too. I was like, yo, let's just shotgun every single one of these. And he was like, all right, bet. We shotgunned 12 beers in 2 hours. So we shotgunned a beer every 10 minutes.
Now, at this feels like, I don't know. Is this common sense? You must feel it at a faster rate because you're smaller.
So exactly, right? That's what you.
So you're even
that's
more.
That's what you would think, but like, I'm a fucking beast. like I don't know if it's college that helped me, but
I love it.
12. This is my first time. I've never blacked out from beer before.
Legend.
Never. But
I don't know if I could say the same.
I never could get to that point because beer's too bloating. I would have to switch to liquor or something. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do beer.
I feel you though. I never go straight.
I couldn't do beer all night, but that was the first time I've ever blacked out from beer, and I walked
12 shotguns. It's a lot.
12 shotguns in 2 hours. A beer shotgun every 10 minutes.
It's a lot.
A lot, especially with someone who's 80 pounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
blacked out. I walked like a mile and a half to a pregame.
Hammer drunk.
Hammer drunk. I could not tell you how I got there to this day. But I saw pictures the next day that I was there.
Honestly, there's like a drunk compass that comes out. I got shit house here one time. I never walk.
Not me either.
I somehow made it back like it was like 16 blocks from like where I was like in West Hollywood.
You walked from West Hollywood to here?
No, not to here. When we were living in West Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
I walked from another place in West Hollywood. It was probably like 2 miles. But like I have no idea how I was blacked out.
See, that's what happens when you're drunk. It's like I couldn't even do that sober.
Yeah, it's just
like I would be tired sober.
It's
but
like a
when
sixth
you're
sense.
drunk, it's a different mentality. You're just like
you're in survival.
You're just walking, you're survival. Your legs are numb as shit, but you know you're just moving. You're moving. You don't know how, but you're doing it.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, yeah, and so after my second year, I moved out to LA.
Out. Yep.
Yeah, I moved in with Logan. So I was only 20 at the time. So I'm moving out to LA, 20 years old at the time, to something completely different. And when I first got here, I was lost as shit. Mm-hmm. Like I had no idea what to do. I came out here thinking.
Right. So you found it hard. Did you get right into flow, start making videos all the time?
No, I didn't. Not at all. I did not get right into flow because that's when this was when like vlogging just started becoming a thing. Like you know what vlogging is?
Like basically like
you just like
your whole day,
your
like not skits, they're like actual.
Yeah, it's actually just recording it, and I was never ever into that. Like I literally never did that before.
Right.
And then so living with Logan, I had to for the first couple months I had to like study how to do it. So I was in his vlogs and I was seeing how he was doing it and how he would interact with the camera and fans and what he would do, and then eventually I started a YouTube channel, and
But why did it have to? It didn't have to be vlogs.
It didn't, but it's like
you felt like you needed to.
Yeah, that's what people loved.
Do you feel like that's over? As you look back, was that overthinking it?
No, that's what people love. Like
yeah.
they just love.
So when you did a vlog channel, it popped. How did it go?
It popped, bro. Like the first week, I was the fastest growing YouTube channel for like a week straight. Yeah.
So it was the right decision.
Well, oh yeah, definitely. I was like, oh shit.
So were you doing skits as well, or you were done with skits at that point?
I was doing skits for my Instagram.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it for YouTube because YouTube, it's well, I was a dumbass. I was thinking put my skits in the vlog, but YouTube, it's like you need like 4 minutes,
right,
in order to like kind of like make money off of it. So you couldn't put like a 20, 60 second skit.
Right. So it didn't make much sense.
Shit. Yeah. And so I started vlogging the first time. It was weird. It was really hard to get into because you're out in public.
It's like, hey man.
You're out in public and like people walking by while you're just like talking to a fucking camera, and people are like, yo, what the fuck is this kid doing?
Yeah.
Like, why is he just talking to his camera? Little do they know you're talking to millions of people.
Right.
But you still feel like a fucking doofus for talking to a camera.
It is. It's really interesting. I can't do it.
No, it's like, and that's why like I envy Logan so much about it. It's like he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's just a beast. He just does it.
Yeah,
He just go
but that's
for
another
it.
thing, and that's one thing that comes with my dwarfism. It's just like I already am outcasted in society, so it's just like I already stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
It's like now add to me talking to a camera onto that.
Right.
And it's like I'm just bringing more attention that I don't want.
Right.
And I just felt like
That's an interesting dynamic. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and then that's when I started getting to my hole. Like I was making these videos, but I was never truly.
So you were resenting
happy.
the process.
Yeah, and I was never really happy, and I wasn't making that many skits at the time. What I truly love making, like I love making comedic videos. I don't like recording my life, and
makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Right, and so I went back to making skits.
It's less
again.
about art.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Vlogging, it's an art form, I guess, but. But creating a skit is like an art. You portray a message and you bring out humor. And
so much work behind it.
Like, it's like thought out.
Vlog is just like, all right, we're doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not really sending the message. I mean, you can send a message, but
I feel the same way.
No, it's not like the same.
I mean, podcasting in a way, like that's
why I like podcasting.
Me too.
So it's a different way to connect with your fans.
Exactly.
And,
it's just like the most organic. Like you could really understand who people are and like get to know them. And,
exactly.
It's less about like, I don't know. I agree. I just never could be. Actually I don't know what it is. Like I understand how huge it is. I just have never gotten into like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on in the YouTube game. Like in the community of this, I know how massive it is. I just don't really know. Like I'm never, cause I'm just making music and I do a lot of business stuff and it's just like,
it is like
with my time,
it's a bubble.
Yeah. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I still don't know. Even though I'm like into YouTube, I still don't know what's going on.
I mean, I kind of feel like
I've never been into YouTube. Like, never.
It's such a wild time to be a creator. There's like, there's a million different things going on.
Yeah.
Like you just said, you're a YouTuber,
Yeah.
and there's shit going on in that community. You have no fucking idea. I feel the same about music. There's so many little rabbit holes in music. I have no idea what the fuck's
I'm just
popping
like
ass artists.
Stay in my lane, do my thing.
Yeah. And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So now you're out here immediately. You get into a little bit of a hole.
Yeah. Not immediately. I would say.
Interesting.
I was out here for like 4 months, not really knowing what to do. Got into it about a year and a half. For a year and a half straight, was doing good, making good money, killing it, making good. Excuse me, getting a lot of views, and but then one day it literally just hit me. I don't know. It just.
You're just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like this. Like I woke up one day, didn't like it, and I didn't like. Like this is when my. Me being a dwarf, this is when it was starting to hit me, and it still is hitting me, because it's like when I'm going out to LA, I'm still getting those fucking ignorant ass people yelling shit at me. I was like, damn, I thought I'd escape this. Like I thought moved out here, people doing it, people grinding, and people are still doing it, and it's just like it pisses you, it ruins your night. Like dude, even though it's not supposed to ruin your night,
imagine, bro.
Even though it's not supposed to ruin your night, and you're not supposed that shit. Do to you, but it's like you guys don't get it, because imagine just trying to enjoy your time while you got while you're getting
it's really like
verbal
it's
abuse.
unrelatable. You can't relate unless you've fucking experienced something like it,
And it's just like I'm not trying to people feel bad for me or anything. No. I just like don't be fucking ignorant.
Right.
Like that's the
honestly
story
the unfortunate truth of that is like I don't. I think the sooner you can realize that that's never going to happen. Yeah. Not to say that. Not to say you won't be in places where you'll never encounter it. Yeah. But there's just always going to be ignorant people. You know, like there's always going to be that.
So that's what I was trying to. That's what I was originally focused on. Is like I was focused on like trying to change people's views when I should be focused on how I'm going to react to that situation, because. When people would say shit to me, I would go 0 to 100 real quick. Yeah. Like I would go be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like, let's go, like going crazy. And I'm just like, no, because that's what I grew up doing. That's what how my young and
you're a little wild boy.
Yeah, that's how my young days I would act, like just straight up fight, ready to go. But it's like instead of doing that, why not fight back with kindness and being like, yo, like. what do you get out of that? Or like, did you realize what you just said? And like,
You know how
question them.
You know how
Question
bad that
them.
hurts them?
Yeah.
It hurts
like,
them more than you yelling at them.
Exactly. Because then they're like,
I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole. They get to thinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, that's dope though.
Yeah, that's and that's what I'm starting to realize. It's like starting to learn. It's like, don't fight back with anger. Fight back with kindness. It's
I
the
like to
only
hear
way
that.
to beat them.
I like to hear that. I'm fucking on the same way, bro. I used to be very confrontational.
Yeah.
It's actually, you know what
It
you
gets
know what
you
it
nowhere.
says?
Yeah.
It says more about you than them.
Exactly.
If you're actually confident with yourself, someone saying something like that it won't ignite you.
It shows you don't truly love yourself.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'm going through. Like I'm just going through so much shit right now.
It's
Like
dope,
I know it
though.
seems a lot, but I'm glad I'm going through this shit because it's like, because I know in a year or two,
Exactly.
I'm gonna come out fucking stronger than I've
Exactly.
ever been.
Yeah, dude. What I'm saying is, my 30th year that happened. You should be grateful it's happening this early. You just gotta. The fact that you can say it and articulate it means you know, so you're
Right.
gonna be able to get through it.
Yeah.
It's because you always come out better, always, and that's
Yeah.
really like for the people who listen to my shit. There's a theme of my whole podcast, and it's that. It's no matter where you are, good or bad, it's serving you, right? So when the bad shit happens, you have to understand that
Tight,
it's
bro.
actually serving you.
Yeah.
Like, and you won't understand it. It might not show it might not rear its head until 10 years from now and be like, that's why I went through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you won't, now you'll be in a much better life position because you were able to persevere through, through those hard parts.
Yeah. Especially just like living in the world we live in today. It's hard to do that.
It is.
Like
super challenging.
with this social, like I said, the social media thing, like getting this many likes, getting this many views, like it's
Well,
just
you see what's going on.
much
They're about
pressure.
to trend off all this popularity shit. This Instagram
mean?
shit's wild. Have you seen it?
Oh, are they taking the likes
Th-
away?
This is the beginning. I think this is the beginning of it. The trend being.
Hopefully, yeah.
Let's trend off
Kill social
who's the
media.
most popular
Right.
because kids are jumping off buildings because they can't get likes on their fucking goddamn
Right, but it's like
TikToks. Like
I get that 100%. I feel like I'm like kind of behind it, but at the same time, how does that impact creators though? Business wise.
I definitely think there's going to be like the industry's ever evolving, right? So we're always a step behind of what's actually happening is the industry. I think at some point, like with music's actually a perfect example. Streaming is now becoming very lucrative for artists.
Yeah, you don't really buy music anymore.
It took
Yeah.
time for the system to catch up to the fact that everyone's streaming and people are no longer buying. So artists and writers need to be compensated more percentage-wise. Everything got worked out,
Right.
and now the learning curve's kind of evened, and you're getting fucking paid. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're streaming for real,
Yeah, I feel like it's like
I
harder
think-
to get dick now.
I think this is if it does trend this way, then and it's less about how many likes you're getting, then I think there's going to be like a whole learning curve as to how that affects how the creatives are then compensated for what they're doing.
Exactly. So that's
There's a limitation by how far they could take this, though. Because you're right, people are making their
that's
entire living.
like taking stream numbers away though.
It's nuts.
That's like taking stream numbers away. It's just like, oh, okay, we're gonna take away how much
Interesting.
people are engaging you. It's just like, oh, if you're
Wait.
popping,
But here, I think the factor is you still have the numbers for analytics, for your brand partnerships, but it's not. But it's not.
I guess you
It's
feel-
not public to the other users.
Okay.
Still, what you're missing here is like people coming across your profile being like, "Oh, he's popping. Let me this would be a good guy for my product."
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
because they can't see.
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
This is actually a great dialogue. I have no idea.
That's what I'm.
That
wondering.
is
I
kind
still
of
don't
like,
know either. Like,
that
I
is
could-
kind
I
of like
could-
taking
I could-
streams away.
Yeah, because I could like it, but I could either hate it at the same time. We just don't know how it's gonna
You never know.
play out. You never know.
You want to do a chug butt or something?
Yeah, I'm down. I want to try it.
You want to go do karate in the garage?
Yep.
All right. Have you done one of these yet?
No,
I'm excited for you to do this.
this looks intense though.
It is pretty intense. So basically, it's really really simple to do, but it's just a beer bong and a shotgun at the same
Right.
time. So, crack the beer.
Okay.
You ready?
I don't know.
All right, then you just put it on.
Doesn't matter. Like,
Just push it on, like you'll feel it kind of. Yeah,
Alright.
exactly. Now you're on. Hold it like that. That's how strong she is. She's strong.
okay.
All right, and then so you want to just you want to basically like you don't even have to stab it. I just kind of like push it in. It's pointed.
Right.
And then just turn it and take it out. Now that will be like the shotgun. That's basically what makes it come down fast.
So it's like, yeah, you shotgun.
So you lift it up and then you ready?
Okay, hold on.
Let me see your. Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Yeah. All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Pull the key out. Pull the key out. You didn't pull the key out. You didn't pull the key out.
It's your airflow.
That was still pretty fast, though.
It was still pretty good.
No wonder I got a massive bubble in my stomach.
That was like you drag racing a Ferrari first year.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's actually.
But I can still see like how
We probably gotta do another one at some point.
it'll be smooth. Oh my god, I'm crying after that one though. Shit.
It's a lot.
Woo.
Ferrari in first gear. That's it.
Like there's a cocaine. Like obviously I have some buddies like in music who like, do a lot of cocaine.
Right. I mean,
It's not my thing.
not even. That's
necessarily,
not music.
but
That's just LA shit.
LA. But yeah, I had a buddy who's who does a lot of coke, and he's like, dude, this is like a liquid line. Like it just gets so much energy from it. 'Cause it's just like refreshing. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's honestly, it's just like a portable.
Might have to cut that part out. Just on here promoting
Coke.
Oh man, I'm not promoting it actually at all.
Wait,
Go
is this
fuck
yours or no?
yourselves, huh?
Is this yours or no?
Yeah. So,
Oh.
so we acquired this company. It's called Chugbud, and it was just kind of pure luck. I got a DM from him. He sent some. He wanted me to do a post and pay me, and I was like, I saw it, and I was like, why don't you just come out to a show? Like we'll meet up. And I basically just pitched him on like, I'd be the perfect partner for it. I know how to do this. Like I know how, and I just saw how like. We chug a lot of beers, like hang out, especially like just the few dudes I hang out with. They love beer bong and beers and shit. So it's just like one of those things. When I saw it, I was like, I know this could win. So we have the patent for it. So what I want to do is like Jesse and the let those dudes do it full send.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
You know what I'm saying? No, we're
definitely
going
do
to.
it.
We're gonna do
you
it.
definitely
Yeah,
doing
I'm
it?
talking to him. Well, it's not definite,
Oh,
but
definitely. But you're going. Yeah,
I'd love.
That would be.
I'd love to. I think
huge.
me and Jesse have been speaking about it.
That would be
so.
huge.
Yeah, because for them it's perfect. They're
That-
like
that
the
is
perfect guys,
perfect.
you know. And like
I've never really seen these, and it's like
this is our shit. It's not
especially
out.
if they had like the college demographic.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna try. That's what we're gonna do.
There you go. That's cool.
You ready? All right. So let's. Well, what are we at timing wise right now?
Hour 8.
Hour 8. Do you need a pee break or anything? Or are we
Yeah,
good?
can we
I
take a
think we
pee
do a
break?
pee break.
All right.
So.
We'll be right back with You Never Know, You Know What I Mean, right after this urination break.
Actually, I want it. Are you recording?
Yes. I'm recording. Yeah, we're good.
All right. You want that door closed or no? Oh yeah. I know how it goes. I'm just like
This guy's been around a lot of content. Hey, you gonna close that door, dude?
Can't have any background noise. So I actually want to teach you something though,
Yeah.
since you showed me this.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever seen this before. So right now, take a sip of your beer. All right, let me see your beer. All right, here's some.
I was just looking at your top over there and why it was like that. It's the second one I saw.
All right,
What the hell is that?
now try it.
Just drink like that?
Yeah, try it. How crazy of a flow is that?
That was glorious.
Yeah.
Maybe you should chug butter.
It's like drinking out of a cup. I learned it in
This
college.
is God's water.
I learned it in college.
Oh my god, your face was so funny.
This is how beer was meant to be drank.
Exactly.
Wait, dude. You might be on something.
I might be, but
Wow. I
Yeah.
think you might be onto something.
what are you doing?
You want me to drink the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean that's your beer.
All right. It's like that, right?
It's
I'm supposed to drink from right here.
no, you drink like how you normally would drink it, like
Really?
the other way around.
I'm confused now. Now you have me all.
You see, look.
Oh no, right here,
look.
like this.
Yeah, like that.
I actually kind of like the sideways better.
Really? That's interesting.
I mean, you gotta try it.
Okay.
Try it sideways like this. He made the same face.
Shit.
I never tried
it sideways.
That's the shit,
before.
bro.
Yeah.
That shit's
That's
revolutionary.
scary. Well, it doesn't get you as bloated. And you always
Dude,
know.
why is that?
What?
Why is
because you have a better airflow. Because when you're drinking.
Have you done it? Are you drinking it out the side though?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
You gotta drink it to the
little bit,
side.
little bit more.
Drink it to the side. This shit's legit bonkers. Then nah, you're not doing it right if you didn't do it right. If you don't feel it.
I know. No one just goes.
It's like
it's
that.
like a wow.
Come over here. Come
It's
over here.
like-
Come over here. Come over here. We share the same beers all the time. Come over here. That's not.
You can't get herpes twice.
All right, so so wait, right here, right there.
Like this?
Yeah. What is your reaction?
No, it's good. It's like, I don't even want to say what I was going to say.
It's amazing. I love it.
And like no one like.
We're like the only weirdos to get this excited about this. We're like, you're on to
No,
something,
no, I do
man.
it. I show it to everyone out here because not many people drink beer out here. You don't find many like beer
I'm just a
drinkers.
beer drinker through and through, man. I try to work my way out of it, but the thing is, like,
That's an East Coast thing. Can't get that out.
yeah,
of
I don't
you.
really like. I like. It's not like I love alcohol, and people probably think,
That's the
"Oh, that's
thing.
crazy." I don't love alcohol. It's just
Yeah.
like I like the vibe. I like the turn up.
That's why I like beer. It's just like I kind of like the taste, and you can steady yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, liquor's just too much sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yo, after like 10 years of, I've been drinking. Like, I didn't really drink up until I was like in college. I drank a little
Same
in
here.
high school.
Same here.
I was just a super like serious athlete. And then when you get to college, like you party with the team, everyone's doing it. So you're like, yeah, you know what I mean? But I still, after like years of drinking, like I don't love any particular alcohol. It's not like, yo, every night when I go to the bar, it's a fucking coin toss what I'm getting. No idea what I'm like. I still don't have a
Really?
go-to drink. Everyone can vouch for
I
that.
would go too.
Yeah, like, so what does that say? It means like I'm literally not really attracted to any of the liquor options. People probably like, what? You know what I mean? Because I'm
Do you
known
do-
for
do
like
you
being
do-
a drinker, but I just,
Are you more shots or a mixed drink guy?
I mean, you know what? If I took more shots, maybe I'd probably get a little more drunk. Like,
No, I'm saying like what would you prefer? Like if
I'm
like,
a
shots
mixed
or
drink guy.
you're
I'm a mixed drink guy.
guy.
Just because like,
See, that's too much liquid for me.
it's yeah. I mean, I'm a bigger guy than you.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
you can probably
and,
take
like,
it more.
bro, if
yeah,
I
you're
take shots, like I want to have a drink in my hand. I want to be like, it's like a longer thing. Because
Right,
if
I
I'm just
feel
taking
that.
shots, I just be like,
yeah, then you're chilling and you're like, all right.
I'm just
what's
yeah.
next?
I'm like, I'd like to be sipping on something, catching a little
Yeah.
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just became a thing of like tequila shots. I don't know why.
I can't do tequila. I can like, dude. If I do tequila, I'm wild.
I
Like,
can. It's scary how much I can do tequila. Like it's not as scary. Like people be like, yo, slow
that's
down.
how I am with vodka. I'm
Yeah.
like you'd kill me in tequila. Like if I would take like 6 tequila shots and be like wasted.
Oh, that's like my warm up.
wasted. But
That's
if I
really
do
my
vodka,
warm-up.
that's a warm
like
up.
6 tequila shots.
Yeah.
I do like on average when I go out 10 to 15
Wow.
all night. Like all night.
So you just fucking throw them back.
Don't, dude. It's honest. It's honestly.
Is there
disgusting.
like a a little people like drinking Olympics? You'd be the fucking. You might be the champion.
No, but there is
you might be
a
gold medalist Michael Phelps.
oh probably, but there is a little people convention though that's held every year. It's every year in the United States,
Yep.
and we play like various sports, football, basketball.
Didn't you win like a medalist in something, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that
Well,
somewhere.
so there's like 2 different ones. There's the world ones, and there's the international United States one. So the United States one, I've won so many fucking medals.
He's like, dude, I got so many rings.
Yeah, sorry. And then, but the world's one, yeah. Our the USA floor hockey team, my USA floor hockey team. It was the first time the sport was debuted into the little people convention,
Fire.
and we won it. We won gold.
Yeah, so you're like a little freak athlete.
Oh, I can. Like
saw you do-
I hate
saw you
I hate
doing
to
some
sound
shit
air
that-
I hate to sound arrogant or cocky, but like it is what it is.
No, I can see how
it
it
is
is.
what it is, and I
He's
can
like, I hate to sound cocky.
but I can literally play any sport, like football, basketball. I play hockey.
I believe it.
I play soccer. I played
believe
soccer
it.
in high school.
You probably work me in most sports, I think, at this point.
I have 3 records at my high school for weight training.
Legend.
I was 85.
Yes, you're a beast.
85 pounds max bench at my high school. I was like 85 pounds max bench 195, and my squat was 285.
You're a beast.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But, and yeah,
Dude,
destroyed. the
so do you
record.
still do this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, right now,
So do you make,
I'm
do you make
on-
content out of that? I would watch that.
Yeah. Well, working out.
Yeah.
We working out. Yeah, I guess I should do that.
I think
more
you should
often.
start doing it
But
yesterday.
Right now, I'm on IR.
I think you should start yestermonth. And
Right
just,
now, I'm on IR because my fucking arm.
Oh, you are?
I have no idea what's going on.
Really?
But I believe. You ever heard of like tennis elbow?
Yeah.
I believe that's what I have right now. And well,
Have you been playing a lot of tennis?
No, like that's the thing.
Or
Like,
racquetball?
I've been doing shit, but I do play a lot of video games. So like my
That's definitely what it is.
My
It's
elbow
like a
is big.
it's a
like it's
carpal
like
tunnel shit.
almost, but dude, the nerve, it's a wrap. I swear to God, it's wrapped around a tendon, and it goes all the way down to my hand, and like I can't throw a baseball. I can't do anything.
Wow.
Like it sucks. I'm going to
You
get
should
checked
go get
out
it
soon.
checked out.
Yeah, I am. But like, so that's another thing. Actually, I'm gonna actually bring into another topic of discussion that I've never talked about on podcast before. So funny that you say that. The doctors, I did go to the doctors for this arm, but I'm gonna tell you what this before I start because it's about to be a long story.
He's like, oh, you need
Oh,
to
no,
light,
we're
you
out.
need to light it.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to take one more whack. I think that might need to be a Bud Light conversation right there.
I might be smoking paper. All right, so the funny thing about my arm, so I went to the doctor in L.A. and about my arm, and as soon as I got there, or I was talking to him, I could just tell that he didn't really know much about people with dwarfism.
Mm-hmm.
So our bones are obviously a lot different than
Right.
with people with average height, and so when we first got the X-rays, when I first went to the doctors, when I first got the X-rays, he kept saying it was my joints. It was my joints that were like messed up. That was weird. But the thing is, people with dwarfism we're literally born with bad joints. Like it might look like we have bad joints because that's what we have. We literally
have bad
we're born
joints.
with bad joints.
Right.
But I just knew it wasn't a bone issue because it's swollen. My arm's literally swollen. If I could show you, like right to left, it's swollen and bones don't swell. And then he made me go get an MRI. I got an MRI, came back. The dude literally looked at the MRI for like 2 seconds. Like, he didn't like really look into it. And he just went, again, straight to the bones. Like it was my bone issue. It was a bone joint issue. And I had my dad on the phone at the time, and I sat him down because he's already in the East Coast, obviously, so he's listening in. And the second visit, I was like pissed off because I was like, this dude clearly knows.
Right.
Didn't study anything about people with
did you
dwarfism.
say it to him?
No, so this is what I did. Instead of being an asshole and instead of lashing out, going crazy, I was just like, that's funny. If it's my joint thing, why is it this arm and not this arm? Because they're the same fucking arm. He's like, oh, well, let me feel this. Yeah, you're not going, you like literally goes like this. He's like, yeah, you're not having the same problem that's going on. It's like, yeah, no shit, buddy. Like, obviously on the same problem. Like the fucking, it hurts on this side, not this side. He goes, yeah, that's, it could just be from how you're born. I was like, yeah, it is how I was born because I was born with dwarfism.
Right.
And he was just like, just so ignorant and clueless on like, that you got to set aside my dwarfism because obviously it's different.
Right.
And that's the thing that there's problems with us dwarfs have is like a lot of doctors only study average height
Right.
problems, average height people, so they know how to diagnose them, work with them. When with doctors who know, I never had a dwarf patient, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
They can diagnose you with the wrong thing, or like just have no idea what they're talking about. See, that's luckily with me. Like I know when people are ignorant and just have no idea.
Right. I mean, how hard is that? Is this like a reoccurring issue? You feel like anytime you ever really? I mean, I guess it just depends.
No, this is like honestly my first time experience this because luckily, I mean, again, luckily where I grew up, I was fortunate enough. Johns Hopkins, major hospital in the United States, Baltimore, right by I live.
How far are you from Baltimore?
Baltimore is about an hour west, hour 15 west. My main doctor there was a little person, believe it or not.
Wow, what
and
are
so
the chances?
And I got surgery in the 3rd grade. I had
That's
a
dope.
spinal surgery
Oh,
in
wow.
the 3rd grade because it was a common dwarf procedure. I have a 7 vertebrae fuse, huge scar on my back, and he performed the surgery. A little person performed the surgery on me because he studied that and just knew what he was doing.
That's
so
tight.
he just knew what was wrong with
And
me
he
because he
crushed
studied
it?
all that. And then I move out here to the West Coast, and I have a clueless doctor charge me so much fucking money to touch my elbow and tell me that it's my bone when I know it's not. Like, he wasted my time and money on his ignorance.
Right.
And it's just like, how can... It's hard for people to like
Right.
live like that because
I
it's
feel
like
you.
you have to go to a doctor who specializes in people with dwarfism. That's hard to find. Like I had a friend in Louisiana.
I can imagine.
I had a friend in Louisiana had to fly to Baltimore to get back surgery because that's the only place that was nearby that could do it.
Wow.
He had to fly to Baltimore, where the same hospital that I got it.
Do you know what is the amount in the United States? The percentage of the population.
People with dwarfism?
Yeah.
It's not that big. I think it's only like 300,000.
Wow.
I think 400,000. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
know
it's a small
it's
amount.
not. It's not.
Yeah. I just
a
I
lot
didn't
at
really know
all.
exactly.
And no,
the scope.
and that's another thing. That's like we don't have the fact that it's not a lot of us is like we don't have a big voice. We don't have that many people who come out and speak
that's
for
really
us.
dope about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Now look, the things that you're doing right now, they might be comedy based, but I could already tell you have like a social conscious that you're trying
Like bring a
to
movement.
portray a movement. You really care about the people that relate to you, and you wanna transcend it, and you want to be like it's really. That's how I look at what you're doing. I mean, you're going to be one of those voices, which is, I think that's a purpose in itself, way bigger than you, you know?
Yeah, that's
dope.
what I'm trying to be, and that's what I just want to be, and just
It's dope. So you will be, you know?
bring more awareness to the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's, I guess, in the storyline, are you still feeling like you're creatively, where are you creatively now? How are you feeling about where you are?
Right now, I want to take it like serious. Now I'm trying to pursue acting. Like I had my fun and time with YouTube, social media. Now I want to take it serious. And right now I'm taking acting classes
That's
in
dope.
Santa Monica once a week, and I love it. It's going great. And so I just want to make it to the big screen, and like I just want to
Right.
like I want to be like the next Peter Dinklage, basically.
That's
but
dope.
like I don't want like
You can.
that's why I love him because he doesn't play those dwarf roles like the elf, the troll, the
Yeah, he plays
jester,
like
the jester. Like
regular
he
character.
plays like just a regular person and
Right.
it's just as a character.
Right.
That's what I want to do. Like, just be a character in a
That's dope.
TV show or a movie. Like just
So you wouldn't do those other roles?
fuck no.
Because you feel like that contributes to
Well,
the...
yeah, fuck yeah. Like, suck my dick. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't doing that.
Right.
Fucking just societal bullshit.
Right.
But, I mean, some people, I guess they do what gotta do. But, at the end of the day, it's like, people say, like, oh, it's acting. Like, you're playing a character. But it's like, you're playing a character that the society portrays.
Right.
It's not that, like, someone just made up the character. Like, dwarves, like, since the beginning of fucking time have been jesters. Like, they've been outcasts, like, not looked as or respected as quote unquote. I hate saying normal person. Average person.
Right.
I don't say normal. I
Right.
just say regular. 'Cause
Feel you.
there's no such thing as normal. There's no such thing as regular. So you just say average because that's the average population.
Right.
So
I'm with you. So now, creatively, acting classes is the main thing. Are you done making videos?
Yeah. No, I'm not done making videos. I'll make them here or there just for some money. Not for some money. I shouldn't say that. It's obviously nice to make some extra money here and there, but I'm just creatively in a hole of trying to portray a message while not offending people. And again, like you said, like there's always going to be that 2%, but
I mean,
it's a really confusing time.
I feel you. I just want you to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And that's why I want to become an actor
too, man.
Yeah, that's why I want to come to acting, because it's like I feel like it's with acting, that's how I can do it.
Yeah,
like maybe social media is not the right thing, but acting, just play that.
That's an amazing goal.
Character.
It's an amazing goal. I mean, I think you got to listen to your heart more than anything. Wherever it's guiding you is the right way. You know, I just don't want you to be.
That's what it's like. What's a good thing and a bad thing about me is like I care so much about people. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know why. Like no matter what. Like I hate having like what is it called? Like burnt bridges. Like I don't want like bad feud between anyone.
Yeah, bad energy.
I don't want any of that. Like literally no one in my life except if I really hate you and you're really a dick. But other than that, it's just like that will bother me. Like even if I have someone with like I had a connection with, and like maybe we ended it on a bad term or bad straw, like that will bother me for a while.
Right. And
then I will try to bring it back up, be like, hey, I'm sorry, like I was in the wrong, I did this, but I don't want anything bad between us. Like we may not talk ever again, but it won't bother me anymore because I know it's just like.
Have you ever What are your ways of self-care?
What do you mean?
Just things that you feel like feed your vibe and get you back to center and
honestly, like they get me out of that like slump, like get me out of that dark head.
Yeah. What are you doing to try to feed your soul and your energy, get back to center?
Hanging out with more like people every day, like.
What kind of people?
Like friends.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Just honestly friends, and just getting yourself more involved into people around you. Because once again, like when I was saying, I was isolating myself through everybody because I didn't feel like no one wanted to be around the sad guy. Right. But it's like to get your mind off of shit. Yeah. Just go out and keep doing shit. And like honestly, you're Impulsive was the first ever podcast or a what's it called? Like interview,
platform or
publicity, that I've ever done, and like you're also the first like outside of that bubble, like outside of that team. You're the first that I've
honored,
ever.
Sir.
Yeah, you're the first. Literally, I've never interviewed with anyone else. You're the first person, and like
bringing that exclusive stuff.
And like that's what the reason I asked you, honestly, too, was because I'm trying to get out of this bubble. Because I'm trying to grow myself more and this like
get out of your comfort
more
zone.
Connections and more stronger relationship between people that like we only see each other outside, but fuck that. Let's make it more of a relationship thing. Like let's build a connection. Let's hang out. Like, I want to get to know you. You want to get to know me. Let's do something.
That's why I love doing this shit.
And I think like instead of like feeding to my head that it's like no, people don't want to do that. People just want to make business. It's like, nah, man. Like, people want to be a friend. Like, it's like...
It's facts.
Like, I was honestly nervous before coming on here, but I have no reason to be nervous. No. I have no reason to be nervous. Yeah. But I did it. I feel good that I get it. I'm glad I did it. And
yeah, you know what you're doing, though, is it's the right response, but it's you're kind of stepping out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And that's
great. That's what you have to do.
They're called growing pains for a reason. It's when you're uncomfortable, it's painful, but that's where
it's not something you want to do,
growth happens.
But you have to do it.
That's where the real growth happens.
Yeah.
In the uncomfortable places that you're going into with the right intentions, Yeah. And it really does evolve you as a person.
Right. And like not only that, like coming into here, to be honest, I was like, damn, Mike's Still Up podcast, like this is dope. It's gonna be done. This is gonna be so lit. And then I was like, wait, what are we gonna be like talking about?
Yeah.
Like I only know like I know about you, but I don't know like everything about you.
I try not to think about it at all.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, yo, stop thinking about it. It's gonna be good. It's just you're gonna talk like in a room, like just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's gonna go fine.
But challenging yourself and making the actual decision to jump into it is what gets you to that place. You know what I mean? And now through experience, you kind of learn that, hey, some of these things are just in my head.
Right. Exactly.
Some of these things are self-made, like, you know, trying to keep myself in my comfort zone subconsciously. But really, like, once you just put your foot in the water, you realize it's not that cold, you know? And it's
exactly.
Like, you keep going.
Everyone does.
So what do you want to do? What's your next thing is going to be what? Just auditioning for roles constantly.
Yeah.
I don't think you should stop doing content, man. I think you're great.
No,
at it.
definitely. I won't stop doing content. I want to do that more, but also another thing that happened to me, being young and coming out here and doing this YouTube life, I was, like I said, I was making good money, and during that year and a half of making good money was also being a dumbass and spending that money and not realizing you got taxes going up, you gotta pay for that shit,
isn't it?
And then, like you get caught up, and you're like young, because people at 20, 21 years old don't make six figures. Like, no one does that. This
is an incredible conversation to have because really, like, for real, I've been on this podcast multiple times talking about how the education system needs to be reformed in a bad way. How the fuck is that the case? You're gonna teach everyone about the fucking World War II when these fuckers don't know how to go get a job and manage their money? Like, they have no idea what the fuck is going on. How are we not feeding that through the curriculum so people are ready for life? Yeah. Because, like, I watch all these artists and I'm like, bro, I've built, like, this crib and the money and shit. Like, it took a while for me to build. Right. You know what I mean? And it was just like, if I got like, I didn't get like aggressive amounts of cash early. I was just like, oh fuck, all right, I'm getting money, and it just kept going, you know? Yeah. So I'm kind of lucky in that way because I didn't get all that. Hey, I got all this cash, let's go fuck around. I'm 23. You know what I mean? I started getting paid like for real when I was like 27. See, you know, and like you're more mature.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, for me, I was like 21, 20.
It's just interesting because I swear, bro, I used to have thoughts like, oh man, well, I lived my first 21 years of my life was totally different. Yeah. And I kind of was like, oh man, I wish this is a blast. I wish I started this when I was like 6. Like most people start making music or art when they're like 15, 16. Not even close. I was just a full-time like baseball player, athlete. So I just felt, I was like kind of wishing that it was different, that like, oh man, I wish I got started earlier. And now, bro, like knowing what I know, I'm so thankful for it. But I didn't, like back then I would have never thought I would say that. Yeah. You know, like, so what I'm saying is even the shit you're going through now, the hard shit, and 4 years from now, you might be like, damn, thank God I went through that.
No, I'm realizing that now. Honestly, I'm like, honestly, thank God I went into this. I experienced this, like, oh shit, like, stop being a dumbass. Yeah. You gotta focus, like, this is real life. Yeah. You're young, you're gonna have real life shit problems. Yeah. And it's my first problem that I'm having. And it's obviously a huge wake up call, but it's right. I mean, I think thing that happened. And you'll be prepared for this next wave of what's about, what's gonna happen. I always say like it's like a blessing in disguise. Right. There's a lot of blessing in disguise that people don't really. They think it's just a downfall, but it's like no. You gotta realize it's a blessing in disguise. That's the outlook, bro. That's the outlook. Tell me what's going on. What the fuck I gotta know the vibe at the Paul house. I mean, those dudes are, I know, like, I just know them in passing. They're good dudes. I always say what's up. They're just all over the place. The boxing shit, which I find, it's fucking, like, it's nuts. It's honestly like, crazy. They're not boxers. No, but they are because they decided one day they want to be the boxers. I'm gonna do it, and you guys can suck my balls. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if anyone gets it or not. Dope ass life to have. Though. It is. Like, you can become a vlogger, and that's why people like. I get it. Like they get a lot of hate, obviously, because people are jealous. They can. You know why they get exactly? People are jealous because they can do what the fuck they want. They have a lot of reasons. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're giving people. It's not even their fault.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you could say things about their personality or what the stereotypes of how they think people think they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there's just like hundreds of reasons for the average Joe to be like, fuck these guys, because they just do what they want and they
They're
crush it and they
successful.
monetize it and they're successful.
And that's what's scary. at
What's
the end
going
of
on
the
over
day.
there? Are they just rocking and rolling 24/7 content? Just
Not now because he had training
Right.
for the fight. So the whole 60, he had like 60
probably
day,
quiet over there.
60-day training camp with 60 days training camp with him and his brother because we have a boxing ring in the backyard.
That's hilarious.
So he would.
They're like, it's like Richie Rich stuff over there.
Yeah, like literally, it's like a huge just like toy mansion.
Yeah.
Like, we got everything.
I love it.
The studio, but yeah, it was like 60 days. It was like literally just straight training. So it was just like no videos being made. It was seriousness, no really goofing around,
No partying and shit.
like nothing. Like he couldn't drink, he couldn't go out. We just had to do our own thing.
Yeah.
While he was like focusing on training, and but before all that, yeah, it's just like you don't know what you're waking up to. You literally don't know, and that's what I love. That's why I love living
tight.
there because you have no idea what you're waking up to.
Yeah.
You wake up to like a animal in the house,
Yep.
to a big ass monster truck in the front yard, big ass fan. Like you don't
It's
know.
legendary.
Yeah. And that's what's fun about the life that I live.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's really dope.
yeah.
And you've been living there how long?
This will be a little over 2 years now.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh wait, year and a half at the house.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How is he after the fight? Is he down about it or?
No, he's good. He's strong.
I don't think there's much to be down about.
No, definitely.
You guys
'cause-
doing all right?
Yeah, I mean, he killed it. I mean, and also at the end of the day, you got that check, so
Right.
it's nothing to be sad.
You're not a
about.
boxer. Like you are a boxer. I get it. You train.
Yeah.
But like, it's not
No,
like your life depends on it. He's
No, no,
he's
that-
doing
but-
a million
but
different things.
But how cool is that he can just
yeah, it's
you
just
can go
like
from
it's hilarious.
skydiving to YouTubing
Yeah.
to
It's nuts.
being a boxer and opening up in the Staples Center, like.
Selling out the Staples
That's
Center for a
wild.
boxing
Yeah.
boxing event. you know?
That's wild.
Yeah, good for them, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
though.
tell them I say what's up. I don't really see them.
Whatever.
I don't go out much.
You don't go out much
If
anymore.
you
yeah.
see me, I'm at the Rocks.
Rocks, classic.
I got some homies I go out with just on some business shit, kind of like I go out rock with them. They're wild, like
Right.
older dudes. But I just find it. I mean, I catch the vibe here. You see,
Yeah.
this is like where the vibe is at for me.
Mhm.
Because I'm just like, I don't know. The clubs are a little kind of ridiculous to me at this point.
Honestly,
like when I
yeah,
go out
me-
there, I'm like,
when I first was out here, it was fun. It was lit. It was different.
yeah, Nah, I had been in clubs before, and I have good nights in some of the clubs here. But I'm saying like, the actual like, if I like look at it objectively, like we're just standing around crowded tables,
Dude.
and like fighting over these bottles that I have like 8,000 in my house, and I'm just like, what am I doing
Yeah,
here? You know what I
yes,
mean? Why?
Yes, I was literally at the club the other day. Like I realize this all the time. I'm like sitting there and I was like, why the fuck is this
It's
fun?
too loud.
Why
I
the
can't
fuck is
talk
this
to
fun?
nobody.
You
I
can't
don't
talk to no one. Yeah, everyone's like this.
Basically,
like,
bitches
yo,
just
what's
me and
up?
bitches looking at each other like,
Yeah, like, what's up?
what's
How's it
going on? What's up?
Yo, can you move that
You
one
want a drink?
bit?
What's up? You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing. What can you really get done in
And
there?
then it's like
Maybe an
and
exchange
then
of
when that
numbers,
one-
maybe.
And when that one bottle comes out, only one
Everyone's
bottle
like-
comes out. Everyone's like,
Everyone runs
you
over.
gotta get to it because you ain't getting to it if you're the last one.
Yeah.
And once it ran out, everyone
Telling
had
you,
to drink.
dog.
Once it's done, everyone's just like,
I swear.
damn,
Like,
when's that next bottle coming out?
I honestly might move. Like, I can't figure out where my like actual intuition is on like leaving, but I like part of me wants to leave LA and like move to Nashville because I'm making
Yeah.
music in that direction.
yeah.
It's not country, but it's definitely like very much influenced.
Oh, that's what I've
aesthetic.
been saying. Like, this is definitely not a place where I would settle down.
Yeah,
I would
no.
not have a family.
But like creatively, man,
but there's
like
so many
I enjoy this
opportunities now.
podcast so much, and like going to Nashville, like the goers of the frequent, goers of Nashville are like mainly just country music artists and hockey players.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'd be limited. Where here, like there's a constant flow of like homies. I just like play this, do this, whatever.
So many opportunities.
such a flow. And like also like I've been here for 5 years, or 4 years, 5 years almost, and just like built up. I don't go out a lot. Like I don't feel that I need to like go out a ton, but like I feel like I have a ton of great relationships that I've kind of manicured here over the time. And like getting up and leaving is kind of like bad business.
Right.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah. No
So like I'm torn on it, but I like, dude, that's how much I value nightlife. Like I'm an artist, bro. Like I need to go out and be around people and like feel the vibe and meet new bitches and do all this shit and go to places I never, like bar hop and all this shit. Like, and it just don't happen here. It's kind of like, I'm not connected to the nightlife whatsoever. To the point where like I'm actually like, oh man, when I go to Nashville, bro, I have a blast. There's like
Nashville is fun.
Fucking 80 bars in like a mile radius.
So you're more of a bar guy than a club guy.
I'm just a regular motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm the same way though. I love bars, but honestly, I love house parties more than anything.
Yeah, me too.
I love house parties more than anything. But honestly, another reason why LA is so different going out though is because even when you do go out, it could still be a business move. Because you never know who you're gonna run into.
You never know. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it really is a great place for that.
Yeah, because like you going out, it's like not only you getting fucked up with your boys, like you run into a connection with music.
It really does.
And then boom, boom.
And that's
boom,
like
boom.
It's hard for me because I'm not really. It's not in my blood, but like that's I probably should step out a little more often just for that sake because it's true. I just feel like I have what I need and I'm not, that like I don't really have any holes to fill as far as like network exactly. It's not necessarily the case. You could meet someone spectacular and things could happen in LA that would never happen anywhere else.
Oh, no doubt. Like I have a wild story. Like
yeah. I'm sure you got a fucking
literally,
million.
it sounds like a fucking movie.
Give me your best story.
Well,
give me your best story.
To me, it sounds like a movie. So this is probably I guess it has to be my best night. If it's not one of my best nights in LA.
I gotta hear it.
And so I go out. I go out to LA. I love Hyde. Hyde is probably my favorite club. Like if I have to go to a club, it's going to Hyde.
Yeah.
And I go out. It's Austin McBroom's birthday. Do you know Austin McBroom?
I know of him. He's a YouTube guy.
Yeah,
right?
he's a YouTube guy. So I go out, and do you know how Hyde is? How it's like those sofas, but it has those ledges that you can stand up.
Yeah.
People stand up.
Yeah.
So I'm the
there just seeing.
I'm the Tiger Woods guy. I always go up to the highest elevation.
course.
I'm always the highest elevation. I have to be. And then
it's your time.
So I'm dancing, right? I'm dancing, and I look to my left. I see this guy. I'm like, huh. That looks a lot like Paul George. I'm like, huh. I'm dancing. I'm like, nah, that can't be him. And then I tap my fan like, yo, is that It's like, yo, that's Paul George.
It's LA, bro.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. And like I'm dancing like, yo, what's up?
Somehow he's still taller than you.
Right, he's still talking shit to me. I was like, yo, what's up? I was like, hey, how's it going? I was like, yo, you want a shot? And he said the exact words perfect words I never could have heard before. And he goes, only if it's tequila. And I go, aye. So we were tequila shots together, and then we have a time, we party, and then he gets up and leaves, and Austin McBroom, the whole table leaves, and he gives us the table. I'm like, sweet. And then as they leave, I see Odell on the other side, Odell Beckham. And I know Logan's friends with him, but I didn't know if he really knew who I was. So I was like, fuck it. I already met with Paul George. I'm just going to go say what's up.
I'm feeling good.
Right. I'm just going to go say what's up. So I'm like, I'm walking on the couch. I'm walking over. And then he turns, sees me, and he goes, hey. And I stop. And I go, I literally turn me around. I literally turn around. I swear to God. I turn around. And I go,
Love that.
What? And he goes, no, you. I'm like, oh, shit, hey. And he goes, what's up? And like we dap up when we talk a little bit. And then I came with my homies too. He goes like, he was like, yo, who you with? And like I look back at my homies like, no one, it's just me. It's just me. It's me alone. He's like, all right, bet. What are you doing after this? I'm like, nothing. He's like, you want to come around West? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then I go to my homies. I'm like, yo, Odell just said like I gotta go roll with him.
See you guys.
He's like, yo, go do your thing. Like go do your thing. Like I get it. You gotta go do it. And then so I get in the car. I get in the car with him. And then here I'm thinking we're going to like an after party, right? And when I'm in the car, I'm like low key talking shit. I'm like, yeah, you couldn't guard me. I'm like, I'm the best center of gravity in this car, like all this stuff.
Valid point.
Valid point, right? Like I'm not lying. And then we pull up to this like place, like this club / like warehouse type thing. It was really weird. And we walk in, and it's a crazy strip club. Like,
Sheesh.
it's crazy strip club. Like, I've never seen one before. Like, nothing
Adele
I've never
knows
seen
all the
before. I'm
spots.
going, wow. And I'm like, and I wasn't even prepared for it. I thought we was going to an after party. I was like, oh, lit. And I was like, I wasn't trying to spend that. I was trying to spend that type of money tonight. Like, I was just trying to have fun.
Right.
And then I go out, and we go in, and he looks at me, he goes, yo. I go, what? And he goes like, pull out your hand. I go like this. And he goes in his pants, goes, whoa. And it's like a fat stack of ones. And he just goes, I go, he just goes, go crazy. Like, and I'm like,
We got to get this whole story animated. This whole story needs to be animated.
well, and I was like, okay. And I just go crazy with the money. Like,
You're in the background going crazy.
Girl, they go crazy. And then, we party at the strip club. And he goes, all right, I'm out. And I go, all right,
He
dope.
dipped.
Yeah, and he goes, all right, I'll see you later. And he like leaves. I was like, all right, dope. And I'm like sitting there at the table alone.
Like 8,000 ones. They're just like,
At the strip club, and it's like, I guess I gotta call Uber. It's like 2 a.m.
where were you? What part of town?
I literally could not tell you where I was.
Were you like blackout drunk too?
No, it's just I'd never been there before. And I'd never been, I mean, yeah, I was obviously drunk. I was
Yeah.
pretty fucked up. But it's like I'd never been to that strip club, never been to that part of town.
So how many drinks do you have when you go out?
See, that's the thing.
Average
I
night.
don't really do drinks.
Shots?
Shots?
How many shots you do?
That's it, like 10 to 15. Like,
impressive. You'll drink Kilmer under the fucking table.
My pregame is like 6, 7 shots.
Over a span of like 2 hours?
Maybe an hour and a half. Yeah. Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm also the type of person that like I go hard early so I can be back early. Cause I don't like really being out that late.
Wish I could say the same.
I know.
The rents be going up.
4 a.m., 5 a.m. Like, goddamn.
Rents goes up any hour.
Like,
The time of day is fucking null and void here. It just doesn't matter.
yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, we've had a few nights here. Got after it. So what nights have you... I mean, it's hard for me. Do you remember your nights here? What were they like from your point of view?
My point of view, the first time I came
What
here...
were we even... Like, every night here is a fucking coin
My
toss.
first night I was here was when Louis Bell came. Mm-hmm. And he was
Louis
here.
Bell was the headliner that night.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Because I remember because I met him at the Rocks. I was like, oh shit, like this guy's a legend. And
That's so crazy.
And then
Yeah, you know, I found... well, I didn't find him, but I brought Lou out here. Lou was like my guy. Did all my first songs. I got him signed. to management. Well, I got him signed to the dude who was managing me.
Yeah.
This dude Austin Rosen, who's a beast. He does posts. He does a bunch of people.
That's sick.
Yeah, bro. Like we literally brought him out. He was sleeping on my couch when we came out here. Well, not sleeping on my couch. We would come out. I'd be Airbnb-ing because I wasn't an owner of a house out here yet, and he'd be part of the group. So it'd be me, like my boy Blue, who's not here right now. Blue, Kilmer, right? Kilmer sometimes, or Foley sometimes is my other boy, and then Lou. And I just work out here. There's a studio out here I worked at right on Sunset. Electric Feel. You might have been over there before. It's on Sunset.
Yeah.
But that's where Lou works most of the time. But yeah, bro, like literally.
Yeah, so that was the first time. Yeah, I was here.
That's so funny. He's like, Louis Bell was here. Yeah, that guy's a legend.
Yeah. Little do I know. Little do I fucking know.
No, it's the best. I love to
that's
hear
funny.
that. It's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, bro, like I was saying, I think right before we turned the mics on, I have nights here where I'm like, there's like 60 people here. I'm like, oh, I don't really know half of these motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah.
that's a crazy part about LA. I feel like having a crib, like I love having people here. I love the energy and shit. But there's just like,
It's scary having,
after
like-
2:30, like everyone's looking like vultures in the sky, looking for a place where they can continue their party. Because that's LA.
Yeah.
The bars get out at 2 or clubs get out at 2.
Yeah,
And
only
people are
got 2
just
a.m.
going up.
You got
People are
people at
just
2
going
a.m. You got people on coke.
Oh yeah,
So it's like
bad combination.
Yeah, bad combination. So
Bad combination.
They're trying to stay up till
People
5
with
a.m.
nowhere to go.
Yeah, you guys people trying to stay at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah, it's sometimes the ranch.
Some after parties literally last till 6 a.m. though.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And like
10 a.m.
Yeah,
10
sometimes.
a.m.
I mean, bro, I'm in here.
That's wild.
I could work in here completely sober some nights, 6, 7 a.m. You know?
No way.
Yeah. So like, I'm just more of like a night. That's where like my creativity is best.
Same here.
Yeah.
Like when I can like just sit down and think. Not like me shooting or creating, but when I can just sit down and think.
Right, and there's just no one awake. It's just like you and your
But
creativity.
you can sit in front of like a screen like that though. Like I see that's what's like crazy different about you and I is like I can like just sit down in front of a board, or I don't really edit either. So I guess if I did edit, it would be almost like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you spend so many hours like looking at a screen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like
It's
hard.
taxing.
That's stressful on your eyes.
It's taxing, yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'm pretty good with it. I'm pretty good with it. I just recently, I'd say the last like close to 2 years, maybe a year and a half, to be fair, is when I started recording and doing everything myself. Instead of like having an engineer here,
Right.
and I'd be like here in front of the mic recording, like I do it all myself in one flowing, process, more or less. I don't run into huge issues with my eyes or ears,
Do you find that
I don't know. I'm lucky in that sense, I guess.
Do you find you doing it alone like maybe easier, but definitely more time consuming?
More time consuming, but in the same way, it's hard to say that that's actually factual, because I feel like I get into creative pockets that I wouldn't get into in front of other people. When you're alone in a room, you just do what you do.
Yeah.
You're letting it fly, paint against the wall.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't care. You're like, oh,
no matter what, if there's someone there, as comfortable as you are with them or not, it's not the same as being alone.
That's so true, though.
And that's just like a human truth, I feel like.
No doubt, because it's like you don't want to be like that guy's like, you're so proud that this is a good idea, and then someone's like, yo, that sounds stupid.
Like, bro, right now, exactly. And that, like right now, kind of going through a weird personal thing, and creatively, since like I've been on the road rocking with Post for a while and just going ham for like 2 months, come back, even just this week, just creatively stagnant, kind of like life energy down. Like I said, went through kind of a weird personal thing. And it's still in process, so it's not like an unresolved thing that's going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the old me would have panicked about something like that. But to me, I just feel like this is when the tide's going out. You know what I mean? You have to ride this wave, and then you persevere through it until it comes back in, And it's like, you can evaluate it like as a day-to-day, like, man, last 3 days, I didn't really make any ideas I liked. Where sometimes I'll make 3 ideas in 15 minutes that I fucking love, and they're on the album. You know what I mean? So it's like this ebb and flow. And you learn over time to like not evaluate yourself on such a societally standard.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a week, man. Like, bro, I'm friends with some of the greatest artists in the world, like just seeing how they interact and how they operate. Like, they'll go fucking play video games for fucking 4 weeks if they need to turn their mind off.
Yeah.
Because their life isn't normal.
It's quality over quantity.
Right, and it's like it's like you can't put a time limit on your creativity.
Yeah.
When you are creative, put the pedal to the metal. When you feel inspired, put the pedal to the metal.
But you don't want to make it feel forced or feel like it's a job.
But don't force it when it's not feeling like it's flowing.
Yeah.
It's a lesson I had to learn through 6 years of creating. Before I stopped evaluating myself in such a societally, 3 days, like you've been nothing's going on, nothing productive. You know?
See, that's what I was before I was went into my hole, was I was gonna do the same thing. Like I would only go like a couple days, and I have my parents hit me up being like, yo, it's been like 4 days, like, yo, when's your next video? Like you need money, like you need to live, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I'm doing it, and it's like you just become so annoyed of it that it's like you don't even want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like, people writing.
That's the wrong reaction.
Like, stop pressuring me, just let me do my thing.
Exactly. That's the wrong reaction. Don't doubt. Like what I'm saying is like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
Yeah.
And the flow, creative ebbs and flows will come. You gotta ride those waves.
Exactly.
Like, dude, for me, this podcast is kind of an expression of that. Like you were talking about vlogging earlier. I can't vlog. I feel cheesy when I vlog. Not to say that the people that do it. I'm not, no
It's hard.
offense at all.
It's hard.
It's an
to
art
do.
form. It's something
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
have to
I don't
be
think I could
comfortable
do
with the camera,
like
yeah.
maybe I could, but I don't know. It's just not something I'm drawn to, you know. But there was a time where like musically we're going through a weird shift, and it's like hard because I can't articulate it yet because it's not, you know what I mean? It's not the time yet.
Yeah.
But we're close to it. But like I've had to, you know, get off the gas on like dropping because we've been kind of building something for a certain time period, and there's a plan that needs to be in place with actual operating businesses. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? Like there's just behind the scenes things that have needed to happen. It's been a while. So I was essentially like I'm creating daily, which is great. That's my biggest release. But then knowing that like I need to figure out what's my biggest thing about it. My biggest thing about it was like, how can I connect to my fans still and not, I just couldn't YouTube or vlog, you know what I mean? So the podcast, like, I don't know if I didn't go through this kind of time where I needed to step off the gas. If I wasn't going through that time, I probably would have never did a podcast. You know, this was kind of like, hey, how can I extend my creativity? How can I create content that I'm proud of?
Right.
And how can I create a message and a bond with the people that are connected to me?
Yeah. And just in like a good way, like a happy way, instead of like feeling
right,
it's like
just
forced.
organic, like
Yeah.
real. And I get to also communicate and connect with other people with great stories. I get inspired from it, and I also like feel like giving is how you get, and giving people great content that's actually fulfilling.
Right.
Is actually like a great way for me to. You know, I truly feel like it's how you get good things yourself, is like when you feel like you're actually making an effort to give people good things.
Right.
You know, make people's lives better or easier in any way. Right.
Exactly.
And that's what I think you're trying to do, you know? But like I said, it kind of just like, I had to kind of go through this weird transitional phase in my career for this even to present itself as an option. You know, it's just kind of how like you
I'm
said.
fortunate that I'm going through that. Like,
Exactly.
At such a young age. That because
Yeah.
not only that, like some people don't even go through that. They
Ever.
just get lost
Ever.
in their own.
Or they get lost in the
world.
system of doing like a 9 to 5 to keep the fucking
Yep.
bills paid, and they have a kid at 23 and they're like, all right,
And then
you know, like
stop giving.
and
a
stop
fuck.
believing in what
Yeah.
they could be, you know?
Mhm.
So that's what you got to keep on, because you're fucking already there. You built a platform that most 0.0000001%
And that's another thing that I
of
keep
people
forgetting
could
about.
say,
Yeah, like,
no, people on earth can't say that they built that kind of platform. Just got to remember that.
yeah, definitely.
Think about how far along you are at such a young age. Like I said, bro, I'm 30. Like when I turned, really, until I really think, not to my 30th year, I started going through in this transformative thing.
Yeah,
You're going to be way ahead of the curve.
yeah.
It's dope.
That's about the thing. Because a lot of people, they always thought like, when I tell them I'm 22, they always go like, "What?" Like I thought you were like 25, 26. I was like, "No, I'm only 22." Like you act so mature.
You do act mature,
so
very
much
mature.
older.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's dope.
yeah.
You're going to do it, buddy. You got a good thing going on.
I hope so, man.
Just
I
keep
can't
rocking
wait.
and rolling. You got a fan in me. We
Yeah.
gotta extend more nights at the ranch though. We gotta have some nights.
Definitely.
What
Yeah, come over.
are you what's your favorite spot out here? Rocks? You go to Rocks mainly? Or?
Yeah, I love the rocks. Rocks are Hyde. Literally.
It's so chill, like such a chill place.
It's just so chill and calm.
to smoke a
'cause
J in there, relax.
You smoke. It's dark.
Very dark.
Very dark.
Yeah.
So you can just be calm. It's like if you want to dance, there's a dance floor.
Yeah.
Or if you want to chill up by the bar, there's a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never. It's like really rare when it's like stupid crowded.
Right.
When it's like
That's like the best part about the Rocks.
what?
That's not always jam
Yeah,
packed.
yeah, jam packed.
When,
Yeah, there's
when it
always
is jam packed, I'm like,
breathing.
yeah.
Oh, I have to leave.
Yeah.
I have to leave because it gets hot as a bitch in there, and then you just can't move,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can't get a drink for like 30, 40 minutes.
Right. For real. For real.
But it's
But I think you set a great example of like what it actually like, having something that most people would look at as a negative thing. And I'm sure there's times in your life, in your mind, where you're like, I wish it wasn't this way.
Yeah.
But to actually turn it on its head and be the thing that you stand on top of, to be above
And that's we got
the norm, and to be, to be like kind of you're trending to be one of the bigger voices in that community, and it's dope. I think you're right on the path, Siva.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good.
Love what I do, and yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell everyone where we can find you on socials, and And my fans are like amazing. They're super loyal. Like
Yeah, that's
yeah.
dope.
So they'll listen and follow you, and then you'll start seeing them. They're called the Steves.
The Steves.
So when they start calling you Steve, you can start getting those comments. Don't
Alright.
be confused.
Yo, the Steves. You can follow me at Dwarf Mamba on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. That's everything. But my real name is Evan Eckenrode. So like that's another thing. It's like I have two different. That's why I love what I do. Cause it's like when I act, I'm Evan Eckenrode,
different thing,
and when
yeah.
I do social media, I'm Dwarf Mamba.
Dope.
It's like Hannah Montana type shit.
I love
it's
that.
Like it's like two different worlds. You got
Fire.
Miley Cyrus, you got Hannah Montana, you got Dwarf Mamba, you got Evan Eckenrode.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, good luck, bro. I think I have this. My next album. This whole thing is keep going. I have it tattooed.
I love
but
it. I can't wait to hear it.
That's all you got to
And,
keep doing, bro. Just
Thank
keep,
you for letting me
Of course.
be on here.
I'm glad we did it. This was
Yeah,
perfect. Thanks,
it's
bro.
dope. It's dope.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And we invented a brand new lid. I'm gonna
Brand new
present
lid.
this to Bud Light on your behalf.
Oh, dude. Bud Light. This is me, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers.